everyone. Welcome to Mystery Detectives.
Hi. We are here. We are on part 3 of our Nancy Drew recap. This is going to be the last one.
Probably yes, unless something wild happens.
Yeah, unless we just get on like a really long tangent.
I mean, we've assumed that we were going to be done with something by the end of an evening and stretch it out another 2 weeks, so...
It's true. The number of times you and I have said, this is the last one, and then it stretches on and on and on and on. Happens all the time.
We'll talk about that tonight.
We'll talk
probably.
about that. Yes. Oh, how you doing, Megan?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited. We went through the last of the slideshow and got it all together. I believe we ended with 208 slides total.
We have 208 slides.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
So we've got a few more games to get through tonight and recap just this wonderful journey. It's funny because as we've gone through building this slideshow, I find that I remember the older games better than I do the more recent games.
Oh, yes. Also, we have 208 slides. Megan, I'm now staring at the number of slide that we're on, which is 118. So we'll see. We'll see if we get through all of it.
Though, I will say, I do know a good chunk of those slides are going to be clips from this first game we go through. So... It's just going to be watching something and going through it. So
That's true. Especially the game that we're about to talk about has like 9 clips associated with it. So
yeah.
Oh, and I know Midnight in Salem does like as well.
We're gonna get through these, and probably tonight. I'm just gonna go ahead and tack on that little disclaimer there. And then we'll go through all of them. We'll talk a little bit about Nancy, and then we're gonna go over what we're kind of looking for next with Mystery Detective. So
yeah,
exciting!
Very excited. Let's get started because again we have we got a lot of slides to go through.
Buckle your seatbelts. It's time for mysteries. In a second when I get it loaded up. There we go. Okay, time for mysteries. Next game. Shadow at the Water's Edge.
I love
scariest.
This one.
It's terrifying. I do like it because it's terrifying, and there's some cool stuff to it. But prepare to be spooked.
Yeah, this is probably without a doubt like the scariest Nancy Drew game. I really love it though. This was at the time the longest game that we played. This took us, I think, like 3 or 4 weeks to get through. Which is really funny when you factor in our costume theme.
Oh,
so let's go to
to go over this game. Okay, so Shadow at the Water's Edge. We are gifted a vacation to a ryokan in Japan by Kromeister. So if you remember Kromeister's kind of like the big business guy.
Yeah, and Kromeister hired us for our previous mystery, which was the Trail of the Twister.
Mm-hmm.
And we did such a good job on that, the Kromeister was like, hey, how about you go take a vacation?
How about you go relax for once, lady?
Go relax.
Okay.
Jesus.
So our theme, being in Japan, was Japanese foods and snacks. So
4 straight weeks of Japanese food.
We were like, okay, well, yeah, there's a great market just around the corner from where I live, and Kim's like, I'll order some sushi. And so I went and I found these like lemon gummies and these really good peach gummies, and some like green tea, like a milk drink. And it was delicious. And then we ended up having to do it for several weeks, and Kim ate sushi every Thursday.
My Postmates bill that month was absolutely astronomical.
Yeah, because she would have to, like, wait, and it would show up, like, at the last second, and she'd be like, all right, I gotta eat all this sushi.
I had to eat all of the sushi in my closet. I was still in my closet there.
Yep. And I think, if I'm remembering right, some of our clips revolve around
yes.
our food theme. So, Yeah, this is a really, really fun theme. Jack, thank you for the subscription. 20 months.
Wow, congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
Fiery says, Kim, you didn't have to do sushi every time, but see, I wanted to.
Yeah.
I love sushi. But yeah.
Yeah, Seth says, Teresa loved this theme. We had to get her sushi every week to stay on theme. Well, I'm very happy that we could make that happen for you.
Well done. 4 straight weeks of sushi. All right, so let's talk about the mystery. Mm-hmm. So we're here in this ryokan, and it was owned by the mother of the 2 girls that we see here, mm-hmm. On the left. The mother died, and the ryokan was supposed to go to the older sister, and mm-hmm. she sort of like shirked it, and the younger sister now feels like she kind of has to do it.
I want to say the older sister's name was Yumi?
Yumi? Was it Yumi?
I think it was Yumi. And I don't remember the younger one's name. Or the grandma. But I remember this fool over here. He was the best friend.
One of them... No, it wasn't Kasumi. That was the mom.
Yeah, Kasumi was the mom that had died.
Miwako?
Yeah, that sounds right. And then this was her best friend. And he...
Rentaro,
he worked at the ryokan.
Yes.
As like a maintenance kind of position.
Yeah, and he was dating the younger sister.
Oh yeah, they did have kind of a thing, but she was also kind of like, he's my boyfriend, I guess. Was basically her vibe.
She seemed very lukewarm about it.
Yeah, so there had been these like hauntings going on, and it turns out he was trying to get the ryokan shut down so that she wouldn't feel obligated to run it on behalf of her family, since her older sister didn't want to, and then mm-hmm. they could go to this, like, live in the city, or like go do whatever they wanted with their lives together.
Yeah.
Not a great way to kind of base your relationship in, I'm going to pretend that your dead mom is haunting your family's business.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of shitty.
Very, very rough. And then also, like, didn't we find out that, like, Kasumi, like, via letters was kind of like, yeah, I want my daughters to be able to do, like, whatever they want to do.
Yeah. And
it was really the grandma who was putting on that pressure.
Yeah. But, like, also, I feel like even if she hadn't been putting on the pressure, like, sometimes that's just, some kids want to carry on family businesses and some don't. And, like, I loved that Yumi was like, I'm gonna go make bento. Like, this is my calling. I'm gonna go, I got a little cute apartment that we got to go into. And
so
do whatever I want. And, like, it really sucked the, like, ancestral pressure mm-hmm. that was put on her. But the like, sneakiness and lying aspect of it wasn't great. And then I think at the end, she asked us, should I forgive him? And we got to straight up be like, you should forgive him. Or we should be like, you should fucking dump him. And I think we told her to dump him. We're like, he super lied to you. Spoiler, he made a robot of your dead mom.
Yeah.
But
he also made a robot of a cat, which I loved.
Loved is a strong word. We'll get there.
Okay. No, but hold on. One thing I want to talk about before we get off of this slide. Well, 2 things that I want to talk about. Bess and George also in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Because they're here for some sort of George is here for like a technology conference or something.
There's an expo.
Yeah, there's like an expo, and so Bess and George are here, and they are friends with Yumi. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up is that Yumi is yet another girl where in a later game when we're scrolling through our phone wallpapers, one of the options is just solo Yumi, similar to Kyler.
Yep.
So I'm just like as we get into the later games here, especially the last game, just please, like,
there's precedent.
The evidence is here.
We've done the homework. We've collected our sources. The only man whose photo we've had as our background was the Corn Canyoneer, and that's because we made that happen.
Well, we did have Professor Sparrow once.
Debatable on if that counts as a dude.
That's true.
Yeah, so for dumb shit.
This cat!
Our job title was a reward vacation / English teacher. We were also...
Okay, let's talk about this because this got established and then abandoned immediately.
So this down here is the homework from the children that we're supposed to teach that we never taught. And then we're supposed to grade. Why are we supposed to be teaching them? I thought we were here on vacation. Yeah, it was like here's a free vacation as long as you also teach some kids English.
And so like we were waiting for that to ever like become like relevant and like as far as Megan and I could tell, it's like we didn't get paid for it, nor was like any sort of story progression tied to doing it.
It was like this is also a reason that you're here. If you want, you don't have to ever engage with this. These kids are just like, so we're supposed to have an English teacher, but, whatever, I guess we're just gonna fuck around this period, which, I mean, we had shit to do, so, sorry, kids.
We did. We had one of the things that I loved about this game, we had so many puzzles to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
good ones, too.
Rentaro was the one who like initially kind of like introduced us to all of these puzzles, and so for the longest time Megan and I were like, this guy's great, he's just giving us puzzles all day, but no, and then he turned out to not be a good guy. So we had several. We had Sudoku, we had nonograms. Which I loved so much from playing them in Shadow of the Water's Edge that I then got an app on my phone that's nothing but nonograms.
Yep. They're so fun.
They're so fun.
We also got to do this really interesting bento box puzzle.
I liked this one.
Yeah, so it was like you had a bear, a rabbit, and a cat, and then you had a little chart that said, this is where these have to go, and then they were either made of a sandwich, an egg, or rice, and you had to figure out the combination. So it was kind of logic puzzle adjacent, but also a little tricky, and it was fun to kind of... try out. And I think this is how we made money in this game. I don't remember why we needed money.
I don't know if we ever actually did it for money,
we
but
did.
Yumi had us do it several times.
We did it for money so we could go to the gashapon.
Oh, right.
Oh, we didn't get a picture of the gashapon. Okay, so the gashapon was really cute because you had to, it was like the little, I don't know the name of what it's called, but it's where you like hit the thing and on all the little like bouncy silver balls try to end up in the little like cups. And then you get points. And then we use those points to get prizes. And one of the prizes was this comic. And we needed this comic.
Right. Yeah. So this comic was so funny to me. It was all about a type of Japanese ghost, but the ghost was like so funny.
Yeah. This is actually a picture that I took of my screen because so I just went through and there's like the speech bubbles, but anytime I read it out and I did the ghost voice, it was so much fun. And the things that they were saying, like, true, I've got like a million things on my plate right now.
Yeah, when it's like a ghost has unfinished business that they have to do in the ghost. I've got a million things on my plate right now. It's like,
it's really
God,
good.
Mood. We are all that ghost.
Yeah. And then lastly, we have this robot cat whose name I've already forgotten. I want to say it was like Suki?
Suki, I think. I was going to say it was Toomey, but that's a dog later in the show. Suki, I think, is correct.
Yeah. And so it was a robot cat that he built for her because I think she's allergic. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, penguins. Oh, we also got a bunch of phone charms through playing the Gashpon games. But this cat had voice commands, so if you told it to do certain things, like to sit or stand or whatever in Japanese, it would do them terrifyingly. Like,
if you told it to roll over, its head would remain completely stationary and then the body would rotate. It was so good.
So we included a few clips here of it's terrifying. It's so scary. We see another one of these later in a later game, but it was unsettling. I did not like it staring at me into my soul constantly.
It kind of looks like Virgil, actually.
A little bit. It's got those.
A little bit.
I think that's because its arm is separated and it makes it look super buff, like Virgil is in real life.
Yeah. It's super, super buff.
Okay, so let's get into some clips here.
Okay, so I'm just gonna warn you all, we do scream in several of these clips, so
Yeah.
just...
I don't think in this one.
No,
If this is the one I'm thinking of.
This is maybe not in this one, but definitely in future ones.
So we're all in our rooms, and there are these doors that kind of lead out to balconies that overlook this really beautiful garden in the center of this ryokan. And so this is us in our room messing with something. I think we were learning to like write our name with like the ink and the brush and everything, and then we hear a sound out on our balcony. Keep floating.
What was that?
Keep floating, lady.
It was so unsettling. I'm gonna play it again here, but you can see the moment my face just goes, nope, don't like that. But I didn't want to say anything until I was like, am I gonna have to prepare myself for this to like bust through this door? I've already played this game. I don't remember this at all, but
Keep, lady.
I'm like, I hear the creaking noise and I'm instantly terrified. I decide I hate this. She turns towards us and makes a sound, and I'm just like,
Your little head shake.
yep. Keep floating.
What was that?
Keep floating, lady.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, this one
This
is
is a
definitely
scream.
a lot of screaming.
So if you need to adjust your TV volume, this is your warning to do so now. So this is us in the like bath area of the ryokan, and there's this little like 4-room where you like get ready, and they've got baskets to put your stuff in, and there's this like nice big mirror. So here we go. Don't like this. Already don't like this. Are we gonna see Nancy? Oh no! Fuck! No, nope. Nope.
No!
Oh no! Fuck!
Can we watch it again?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Don't like this. Already don't like this. Are we gonna see Nancy? Oh no! Fuck! No, nope. Nope.
No!
Oh no! Fuck!
Oh no.
I think that this was the thing though, is I thought that this was the main jump scare in the game. Like, I think it is probably the most intense jump scare. It's your first like real, this is terrifying. But I also kind of set myself up to be like, oh, we've gotten through the scary parts of this game for some reason.
Scary part done. No.
Nope,
The scary parts
definitely
never
not.
stop.
Okay.
All right, this is not
This is a
this is
funny
not
one.
scary at all.
No, so this is a funny one. So this is, I had decided that I was going to open this bottle of delicious melon soda on the stream. Need to be thrown away. This is a whole process, but honestly, snacks and dishes and stuff that are like a process to prepare are like so fun. Oh fuck!
What is it?
That didn't work.
Are you okay?
No. Well, I mean, yeah. there's melon flavored soda all over my desk.
that so I can watch it later.
All over my desk, and now in my ravioli. So, so cool. Don't know why that happened. So there's a marble that you have to undo the cap and then put the plastic bag over the top and then push down on it to push the marble like down into the drink to like open it up. And just the carbonation, didn't love that, the amount of pressure and I thought putting it on my keyboard and getting up over it and using my full body weight
That was so funny.
And then I was like, oh no, I'm just going to put it over a dish that I have here instead of all over myself at the floor and just right into my dinner.
Right, into the
Very
ravioli.
Good. Did not get another one. Or maybe I did get another one of those. I don't remember.
I think you did.
I was like, I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Need to be thrown away. This is... Okay. This is jump scare number 2. Again, we do scream here. It's scarier than the last one.
Oh, your hair looks really cute here.
He thinks. I like that blue.
Yeah. Also, hello, Tass. How are you, darling?
Hi, Tass. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh my god!
Find a way to cut these cords in half.
What is happening?
Holy fuck! It scared me again this time.
Why is this game so scary?
I don't know, but we're gonna watch that one again.
It's so chill.
Yeah, we were really chill. We just found like the letter, all the information we need at the end. Uh-oh. Oh my god!
Find a way to cut these cords in half.
What is happening?
Holy fuck! You can just hear like the pitter-patter of her feet running towards you, and I think it's because the last time it was like she's in the mirror and she's coming at you, but like you know it's a reflection, but this was straight up she's
here.
Got you. And it's the same, very much the same reaction I have when I play any scary games where there's a ghost or killer that's gonna attack you, because terrifying. Okay, yeah, so we find out that was a robot. Rentra had made it to scare off everybody staying at the Ryokon. It was supposed to be like the spirit of their mom. Mm-hmm. So now we're just kind of examining this robot once we were figuring out that that's what this is. Oh god. I can turn the face. Do I turn the face over?
Yeah, you turn the face over.
Okay. Ah! No! Sorry, just put it back. Put the hair back, okay. Just go back to sleep. It's okay, I'm sorry. Oh, holy
Why?
fuck. Oh god, I can't breathe.
Go back to sleep.
Yeah, just knowing that like the cursor changed and I was like, I can brush her hair back and turn her to face us. We have to do it because it's an option. But I was like, this is not gonna be good.
No.
Oh god. I can turn the stress that we both feel. Do I turn the face over?
Yeah, you turn the face over.
Okay. Ah! No! Sorry, just put it back. Put the hair back, okay. Just go back to sleep. It's okay, I'm sorry. Oh, holy
Why?
fuck. Oh god, I can't breathe. I don't know what this is.
I think I remember what this is.
Okay, I'm just gonna play it.
Train.
If we get the hype train, if we suplex this ghost train,
yeah.
I will eat this entire package of gummies at one time.
Guys, do it for the gummies.
This is how many there are.
Megan, start eating. We did it.
Oh no. Oh my god. I'm just gonna hold him like a chipmunk.
Oh. I love you so much. This is Megan's answer to the Whopper stream. You look so cute. Oh.
Those gummies were so good, and I've not been able to find them again.
Yeah, you got those gummies every week.
Yeah, I stocked up. The next time I went back, I bought like 6 packets of them. It was one of those like, oh no, I guess I'll have to eat all of these gummies at the same time. Like I wasn't gonna already do that.
Train.
If we get the hype train. I don't know what this one is, but
Oh, this is just us talking about the boy.
okay. There's a difference between being like, oh my god, like, yes, this I'm in love with this person, and another one, and another thing to be like, damn, all right, I can appreciate that ass. That's basically it.
It's true. It's true. You can love the cakes but hate the man.
Yeah.
What are we even talking about?
No idea.
I don't think we ever saw Rentaro from the waist down.
No, and I think that was our point. That was like, I guess I don't know anything why this had to do with him looking sad right now.
You can love the cakes but hate the man. It's true.
It's true. Well, I'm sure
But I don't know why we were talking about
don't
it.
either.
Oh, were we talking about Yanni again?
That's a possibility.
We were probably talking about Yanni again.
Okay, so to preface this, we talked about how many riddles and puzzles were in this game.
Yes.
There were a lot, and they were very fun, and we did them all.
All of them.
Any of the nanograms that were available to us, we did them. We went and did the bento boxes. We did all the puzzles. I got a little fired up. Solving all of Ren's puzzles. Fuck you! I solved every puzzle in this game. Sorry, I didn't.
Show me a puzzle I didn't solve.
I'm sorry, I just got really angry at that. I did all of them.
Show me.
It's like you ever say something and then you go, oh
Oh,
no, I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from.
that just. Yeah, you were transported, but I get it because you are the puzzle queen.
I'm gonna play it again because you can see the moment where I realize that was a lot of anger, and I'm on stream. Solving all of Ren's puzzles. Fuck you! I solved every puzzle in this game. Sorry.
Show me a puzzle I didn't solve.
I'm sorry. I just got really angry at that. I did all of them.
Show me.
I heard myself like as a third person, like, oh damn.
You went like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, that was me.
Dear.
Oh no. What? I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve that.
Sorry. So sorry for everyone who had to watch
all
that.
Of Ren's fuck you. Next game.
Captive Curse. This is a good one. Okay, so like Nancy Drew games like start okay, get very good, go back to an okay place, and now we're in like a portion where like the games are good.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stay here, but right now, like Shadow of the Water's Edge and Captive Curse are both super fun.
Yeah. So from what I remember in this one, we are in
Germany.
Okay. And we're at a little like basically tourist kind of stylized village, or it's more of like this is a historical kind of environment for people to come to.
It's very kind of like colonial Williamsburg-y. Like everyone who works there is in like traditional Bavarian garb and like stuff like that, and
it's meant to be more of like this is a monument to our history and our culture, but the person who now owns it is kind of pushing it more towards touristy stuff.
Yeah.
And they have hired us to come out and investigate because there are some accidents happening.
Yes. Possibly tied to a curse.
There's a potential curse situation going on, which is why our theme was curses.
Okay, I love these costumes.
This was good.
These were good. These were very, very
I was very
good.
proud of this one. I know you had what you wanted to do, and you were struggling how to make it work. I think you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I wanted to be just like a shattered mirror, so I took a bunch of like reflective like mirror paper and just kind of like cut it into shards and then just sort of like glued it to my face. Like I think I used like eyelash glue or
Yeah,
something.
that sounds right.
To get it there.
Because we had talked about you getting like taking some old CDs and breaking them and then gluing those to your face.
Yeah, the paper ended up being a lot comfier. Megan, you look hot as hell in this photo.
Hey, thanks. I was so proud of this because I knew I wanted to make a crown, and I went out and bought zip ties and gold spray paint and headband and came home and made that crown in like an hour and a half.
It was so good.
It was
like
no time at all, and threw everything together, and then I did gold face paint and then nail polish all over my hand, which took a very, very long time to get off. But I really wanted to do that, like, Midas, gold touch, kind of curse. I have this crown, like, up on a mirror shelf in my entryway. I was very, very proud of how this turned out.
It's so good. You look amazing.
For our fan costumes, this
so
is
good!
So good! Anna did a curse costume, and it's so clever. And I believe she made the speech bubble and put it to her headband. It's so
absolutely good. Incredible.
Excellent.
So freaking good.
Excellent job. All right, so the mystery of this one, all of the guests in this little, it's kind of like they have lodging. All the guests are gone, and it's just us and the people who live and work here. So there is this guy, whose name I've forgotten.
Carl.
No, the boy is Carl, isn't he?
No, the kid is Lucas.
Yes, Lucas. This is Carl. This is Renata.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, and then this is... Fuck, I forget her name. I don't remember any of the people in this game.
So, like, Anya?
Ooh, that sounds right. Yeah. Then we also have the person who hired us on the phone.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, what it ends up being is there was this story about this monster. Mm-hmm. And the monster would come and stole a girl a long time ago. And so there's this... this tale that it's back and it's causing, this town is cursed and it's coming back to, like, cause all these problems. So it's, like, scratched up doors and broke things. And
someone is definitely trying to, like, cast us, like, as the girl. Like, several times, like, we have to, like, there's some sort of instance in which, like, all of our clothes get ruined. And they're like, oh, change into this, like, dirndl for us.
Yeah.
And we're like, hell yeah, can't pass up a good dirndl.
Not gonna not wear this beautiful outfit that's been laid out, but why did our clothes have to get shredded up?
Yeah.
So she is the older sister of Lucas. Mm-hmm. And they live here, and then this guy runs everything. And then is she their grandma? She's related to them somehow?
I don't think she's related to anybody. She's like a traveling storyteller.
Oh, yeah. So
this lady rocks. This lady is
cool.
100% in the 50 Wings.
Yeah, we brought her into the Order of the 50 Wings immediately.
Yeah, she's incredible.
She's like, I'll tell you stories, but bring me cake first, and once I'm done with my nap, then maybe I'll tell you. And it's just like, I respect you so much.
Like, she's literally like a Monster of the Week character. Like,
yeah.
she is just this like old like monster hunter. Like, she is incredible.
Yeah. So it ended up being she is trying to shut down the place to get back at her ex-boyfriend? Question mark? I don't remember her motives. They were pretty shitty. She was another one that was like, maybe I could kind of see where
right, because she used to date the guy who hired us.
Yep.
She used to date the guy who hired us, and he dumped her. Mm-hmm. And so she wanted to, like, ruin Castle Finster by, like, dressing up as the monster and staging attacks that would then and then she wanted to frame her ex-boyfriend. She wanted to make it look like the ex-boyfriend had set up the whole thing as, like, a publicity stunt.
Right.
She'd like doctored a bunch of emails.
Oh yeah, and she had like doctored her resumes and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, like, I think she was, like, trying to do all this stuff, and then she trapped us somewhere and was about to let us die. So another, like, we can't even begin to see your side of this because you tried to kill us.
Yeah, another instance of us being like, I totally get where you're coming from, girl, but just, like, I was with you until you tried to murder me.
Yeah, and then there was the whole, like, yeah, we broke up, I don't care. And it's just like, okay, but we're finding evidence that you do care.
Yeah,
and then she'd get really angry at us, like, to talk about it. So,
yeah.
But Lucas is her little brother. He's such a prankster. At one point, he's dressed up as the monster running around the castle just because he built this costume and thought it'd be funny. And we catch him, and we're just like, it's you? And he's like, no, it's not me. I promise.
You little scamp.
He was so cute. Carl is running things here, and he's very frustrated at all these attacks.
And he's very into board games.
He's also building a board game. And then Renata is here traveling through, and it ends up being that the original girl in the story who went missing and was kidnapped by the monster was her sister.
Yeah.
And it's a very sad story. She tells the whole thing about how, like her sister, like, went out to, like, forage stuff from the forest or something and then just never returned. And they started this whole story about how it's a monster.
She's incredible. So she knows so much, but she also upholds one of the other very important key tenets of the 50 Wings, in that she refuses to tell us the story until we bring her a slice of, like, chocolate cake.
Yep.
Like, yes,
okay.
Go
so,
off.
Dumb shit. Our job here, we're a monster hunter. That's basically
yeah.
what we're doing. This is our Monster of the Week mystery. So we're in this Castle Finster. Beautiful place. Like, It was so fun to get to go through the whole thing. We've got another mood board here that I think is very accurate.
I'm so sad that we didn't see Nancy in the Durndal.
Yeah, they wouldn't give that to us.
They wouldn't give that to us.
Here's an example of what, like, the monster is supposed to look like, and a picture
Look at Lucas.
Lucas, like, as we catch him inside the village, he's, like, on stilts, and so in this moment, we're like, what are you doing? And he's like, it's not me. And then we're like, this has been you. You've been scaring everyone. You've been pulling pranks. And then we both look up and we see the monster outside the window. It was a very scary moment.
It was really good. It was really, really good. Let's see. We have what's the name of this cow of this monster, right?
So it's basically like the monster is killing your cows.
Yeah, this game was cool. It was like it was like player versus player, and if you were the player that was the monster, you got to choose like three of the cows that were secretly a monster, and then the other player had to, like, guess which ones they were.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was kind of difficult, but it was fun.
It was kind of difficult. And then we get to Raid. So Raid was Carl's, like, pet project and, like, true passion. Was he was making this sort of, like, card game mixed with, like, a board game called Raid.
Yeah, it was like Candyland deck builder.
Yeah, and so there were all of these different characters which were based on folklore figures, both real and made up, like the Corn Canyon, which is my favorite Grimm's fairy tale.
I can't believe we didn't get a picture of the Corn Canyoneer, but
he's amazing.
He's basically just like a really jacked farmer in overalls, and then his hands are like corn cannons.
I'm gonna try and see if I can find him, because this is gonna bother me.
So at some point we had gone through, and then Professor Sparrow was another one. So he's one of the artworks where he was a sparrow and he was a professor. It's exactly what you're imagining, and we loved him because he was beautiful. And the Corn Canyoneer was so good that we brought up the card full screen that we could see it in the highest quality, took a picture with our cell phone in game, and then set that to be our wallpaper.
Here he be.
There's our Corn Canyoneer.
I found this by looking up that thing, and this is a Reddit post that says Corn Canyoneer is daddy, which correct.
Yeah. And so then we personally set that as the background on our phone for this entire game. It was very good.
We did, but we also loved Professor Sparrow.
Yeah, he was really good. So as we're playing this game, Carl has designed it. He's trying to get it, like, published. he asks us to playtest it. So we have to, like, playtest it, and it takes a while. Look at how cute he is. A little sparrow.
He's so good.
He's so distinguished.
Love
so
him.
as we're going through, he's building a new character, and he asks us, like, should it be a hero or a monster? Should it be this or that? And we get to make choices throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, we get to, like, name it. We get to decide, like, what this looks like, what that looks like. And then at the end, he's like, oh, here's your card. And shows us the card that we designed.
So, hold on. I realize I need to go get something.
Okay, so, yeah, what happened was he shows us this, right? We don't get to, like, save it or anything. We don't get to put it in our inventory. So what I did is later, I couldn't remember where in the game that happens because there's not, like, a definitive, like, oh, and then at this point he gives you your card. I couldn't remember when in the, several hours we played this game where that happened. I watched through the whole thing, found exactly where that was, full screened it, screenshotted it, and then photoshopped it and had 12 of them printed for Kim for her birthday. Our cards that we designed for
This is what I have for my
Rain.
birthday. This is the back, and this is the front. It's Ursa Major, proving that appearances aren't everything. This outward monster hides her true self under a covering of filthy fur. With a canny mind and a handful of gold, the supposed beast easily fools those who think she is nothing more than the witless animal she appears to be.
And I thought that was wonderful. And
so
I
good.
wanted to just do one and frame it for her, but I could, like, only get it, like, the smallest amount I could get it was, like, 12 or something. So I was like, I'm just going to send her the whole deck, and then she can do whatever she can, like, leave them places or frame them, do whatever she wants with them. She has them. They exist in the world now.
I love them so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome. And so those were our Nancy Drew presents for each other this year.
I have Nancy Drew presents for you. They just have not arrived at your house.
I'm so
but
excited.
They are currently in my house. I just need to go to a post office.
Those are last year's presents.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a pretty great.
Okay, so now these clips, this is like a clip in 3 parts of just me flirting with Megan, I guess.
I don't remember this. I can't wait.
Well, because there was a whole, like, thing going on Twitter and then also on our Discord about, like, if you were a romanceable NPC, like, what would you look like? and you described it would be like you, like, in overalls, like, working on my
moped.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember
then this happened. Man, that's some real romanceable NPC energy. If I walked into a scene and you were just, like, working on your moped. Sorry, I went away for a second.
I know what you mean. I think that was, like, a moment where, like, we were talking about romanceable NPCs, and it was like, this is the closest I have, like, to, like, me doing something else. It's just, like, working on my moped.
I went away for a moment. I was in a fantasy for a little bit of, like, Megan just, like, white, just, like, slightly greasy, but in like a hot way. in like a crop top and overalls. Jesus.
I mean, yeah, basically. When you get out here, I'll take you for a ride.
Really? I'm blushing.
I never did get my moped fixed. So we weren't able to make that happen.
You still owe me that ride, Megan.
Definitely need to do that when the weather warms up. So when you get back out here, we can go.
And no, it keeps going. It keeps going.
Thanks for the bits.
Thanks for the bits. Man, that's...
I'll take you for a ride.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I only have the one helmet, so I might just have to teach you how to ride, but I'll go slow around the apartment, so you'll be okay.
You can go slow, and I'll just
It's a moped,
I'll
so it doesn't
cuddle
go
you.
fast.
I trust you.
Anyway, yeah. I'll take care of you. No worries.
Okay. Chat is dragging me right now. Big mood, Kim. Kim got lost in the fantasy. Kim's face, OMG, spicy Thursday.
Spicy Thursday. Every day is spicy every day with me and Kim, honestly.
It's true. You've no idea.
Our private video chats.
That sounds way more salacious than
are
it
full of
actually is.
spicy conversation. I'm just daydreaming about, like, they'll be so good when we get to do, like, fun shit again.
Private video chats.
Private video chats. Not at all what I meant, but I understand exactly what it sounds like.
Oh my god.
My favorite thing is that hasn't changed.
No.
I wish so much that I could share what we talked about the other week where you were like, what a segue.
Oh.
I'll take you for a ride. Okay.
And then there's another part
There's another one
because
great.
I can't escape this. Using our private video chats sounded...
It's not quite as spicy as it sounds, but it's not spicy.
No. Oh my god. Oh no. Ooh.
Calm down.
Calm down. You're the one telling everyone about our private video chats.
That's not that bad. It's not enough for you to have to fan yourself.
Oh my god.
It sounded yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you're saying there's a chance.
It sounded so much worse than it was. Oh shit.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
So absolutely no clips about the game, just that. That's what I
Yep,
have.
that's all it's needed. Next game.
Oh my god, my face hurts.
I know I do. It's so good.
The funny thing is that it hasn't changed.
It hasn't at all.
It hasn't changed.
If anything, it's gotten worse.
If only our love has gotten stronger and deeper.
This is true. So true. Thanks for the 69 bits, Josh. Nice.
Oh god, okay. Move on.
Next game, fire, arson.
Right.
We burned down a building, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Alibi in ashes. We're going home, Kim.
This is the only game that takes place in Nancy's hometown.
River Heights.
River Heights. We made some sort of joke that there was something about a burning building earlier in one of these games, and we were like, that's ironic, but now I forget what it is because it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't remember, but in because it was like something about a house burning down, but then in this one it was like the town hall gets burned down.
Yeah.
And so we are home doing a detective competition.
Yeah, we're doing like it's like a scavenger hunt essentially.
But like for sleuths. Like it's like, hey, are you a sleuth? Like, who's the sleuthiest in River Heights? And so there are several teams.
Mm-hmm.
So it's us and Bess and George and Ned. We're a team.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we're unbeatable. We have
true.
so much experience.
And at some point, Nancy, I forget why she's in town hall, but she's in town hall and she gets locked in a room, and then something happens to a thermostat and a fire starts, and she is locked in.
And she is arrested.
Yeah, we have to stack boxes and stuff to climb out of this room we're locked in. Someone legit tried to murder us. We have to crawl out under the smoke, and then we get arrested. And then there's, like, the firefighters and the cops and the news crew, and they're all just like, and the culprit has revealed themselves, and it's Nancy, and we get put in jail.
But I mean, not really, because, like, we still have, like, full access.
We get put in the police station.
We get sort of, like, house arrested in the police station. But it's, like, Nancy, like, has a cell phone and, like, has, like, all of her things. She just can't actually leave the police station. So we get put into the softest jail.
Yeah, it's basically like the police chief is like, if you prove that you're innocent, you can go home. But you can't leave here, but here's all your shit. And here's the access to all of our cabinets and our evidence board. Basically, be a cop if you want, I guess.
So then it's Bess, George, and Ned who are actually, like, out in the field, like, doing all the sleuthing for us and then reporting back to Nancy.
So we get to play as Bess, George, and Ned. So Nancy calls them, and then they take over. And each one of them has kind of, like, a relationship that they kind of, like, have with another NPC that, like, oh, we should be this person when we talk to them because they're likely to give us information. Yeah,
like, unique opportunities that are only available for those characters.
Yeah. So for the theme for this one, we went fire.
I was fun. A little match girl.
Yeah, so we were talking about costumes for this one, and we were like, what are we going to do for fire? And I was like, okay, my hair's blue, so I'm going to do, like, the hottest flame kind of thing, like blue hair.
You look so sexy. I feel like the number of times that I've said this about any costume that you're wearing so far.
Well, you keep saying it about the ones that I'm, like, particularly, like, I could see it. And I don't usually think that. So the ones that I'm like, okay, I felt good about that one. I'm glad.
Yeah, you look really, really good. I was a little match girl. I was doing this stream from my parents' house. I was house sitting in Arizona for like 3 or 4 weeks in May. So this was a costume that I kind of just had to summon from the ether.
You did so good.
Based on what was in my parents' house. So that is a blanket. That is a fake candle from the living room. I believe I have covered myself in sugar. No, I didn't cover myself in sugar. I covered myself in like sea salt. You would have loved it. And then around my head is a napkin from the linen closet.
Yeah, because I think this was another one. So there are some times I think we've talked about this, but Kim and I will be sitting, getting ready to stream, and we'll go like, there might be something that can like push your costume a little further. And I think I was like, you need a bandana or something. Like you need to put your hair up in a bandana, like very Little Match Girl style. Because you had done so good with like the salt on your face and you had the blanket. And I was like, I think you just need a little bit more to push it. You're like, okay, give me a second. And she like runs and leaves and comes back. And I was like, excellent. It looks great. This was a very good one.
This was fun.
I liked this especially because I've got the two tones in my hair of like the dark blue and then the light blue. So putting it up like that, I was so happy that it like did feel very Hades. I think after this costume too, Rev like messaged me and was like, I need you and Kim to do like gender bent Hades and Hercules. And I was like, that would be really fun.
I think that'd be really cute.
Yeah. Okay, so for our Snoot Buds costumes, Jack's here with just a very good, like, very fire aesthetic. She's got the candles.
She looks very
red,
like Chilling Adventures of Sabrina here.
It's so warm. You know what she looks like? It looks like the pictures that they put in like BuzzFeed quizzes when it's like trying to give a certain vibe. Like this would be for like fire or like warmth or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good. Okay. So we've got a few people here. Oh, my nose. So is this the first time we meet Deirdre?
Yes, this is the introduction of Deirdre.
So here we have Deirdre. She is a girl that goes to school with Nancy. And she's on an opposing team for sleuthing. Her dad's like real rich. she's real mean to us, real mean to Bess specifically. And then she's
definitely some like real like mean girl energy.
Yeah. And she's always talking about how much she likes Ned and how like she should be Ned's girlfriend instead. And Nancy is basically just like, well, okay, so for us to talk to her, it's best for us to talk to her as Ned. Mm-hmm. Because she wants to flirt with Ned. And Nancy, as Nancy, we're like, Ned, you should go flirt with her.
Ned, not only that, she's like, Ned, you need to go on a date with Deirdre.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want to go on a date for Deirdre. And she's like, not like a real date, but like get information out of her. And Ned's just like, I don't want to do this. He's such a sweet baby.
He's like, if you love me, you will go on a date with this woman.
Yeah.
And he goes on a date with her, and apparently it's like disastrous. Like she like won't stop talking about herself, and he's like super bored.
Yeah, he hated it.
Yeah. Oh, Deirdre.
Here we have a lady whose name I've forgotten. I want to say it's like Tony or something.
I think that's right.
She runs the ice cream shop. She's also
Scoop.
running... Scoop! She's also running for city council?
Yeah, she's running for city council.
So she's got a lot of, like, signs up and about for, like, vote for me. And then this guy.
And Bess is like Tony's sort of like main player character. And this usually manifests in just like Bess has to eat so much ice cream in this game.
Yeah.
But it looks really good.
And she's like, I'm gonna be sick. It's good.
I know, poor thing.
And then this guy down here, Alexi. I remember him because he was amazing.
This guy rocked. I loved getting the Alexi backstory.
So tragic. So unbelievably tragic.
So Alexi was like the Nancy Drew of his of his time. Even younger. He was like a young teenage sleuth.
Yeah.
And was legendary for like cracking the case, and this like extremely famous like teen detective. And then he ends up getting he exposes some politician for essentially like cheating, like buying the vote or something, and that politician is very wealthy and like ruins him, essentially like frames him for something that he didn't do.
Yeah, completely destroys his name and reputation, and nobody will hire him, and everyone thinks he's a fraud and a criminal, and he spends the rest of his life, like, bitter and angry and working in this antique shop.
But the added wrinkle of this is that when Alexi, like, young Alexi was being framed, the prosecutor in the case was Carson Drew.
Yup.
So, like, Carson Drew was on the prosecution team that yeah. And so he starts out being, like, extremely against Nancy Drew, and we end up, like, talking to our dad about it, and he experiences, like, a lot of regret, especially when it becomes, like, very obvious throughout this that, like, Alexi was framed and, like, all sorts of things. But yeah, this guy rocked. I loved him.
Yeah, and we find at one point, his notebook.
Uh-huh.
Because he had written, like, this entire, like, chronicling all of his mysteries. So we get to see, like, how Nancy, at the beginning of every book, we didn't really go over these a whole lot, but a lot in the early games, we start at Nancy's desk. And there's a scrapbook, and so we can go through, and there's just basically a recap of, like, this was this mystery that we just played, this was what was going on, and this is what it's about. And so he kind of has his own version of that, where it's like, this person hired me because there's a ghost in their house, and it turns out it was just this, or this person was to blame. And then you get to, like, him doing this last part, and it's so tragic to, like, watch him. And at the end, I think he's just like, I'm done. Like, I think, like, his wife or his girlfriend, like, left him, and everything he worked hard for in his life is just gone, and it was so fucking sad.
Yeah.
So part of this was clearing his reputation, and that was fantastic, and him kind of getting, like, that bug back of, like, solving a mystery. And so that was really, really great to be able to do that as well. And we find out our culprit is Brenda, whatever her name is. She is a news reporter. And we find out that she has been using, like, tunnels under the city to, like, get places. And, you know, like the tunnels. And it turns out that she set us up to be able to, like, bust the story and, like, make her national break. Because I think at some point she had a story that she was going to break. And then Nancy swooped in and solved it and got all the credit. And it completely took away her opportunity. So she was just like, I fucking hate you and you're done.
You're done.
So then we chase her down. We capture her. And she goes to prison probably, but probably not as soft of a jail as we went to. They probably kept her behind the bars.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because I think apparently that's what's supposed to happen when people think that you've done something awful and burned down a building.
They don't just let you keep, like, investigating your own.
I don't think they let crime. You like prove your own innocence.
I'm curious. Okay.
But we were, if I'm remembering right, we chase her down into the tunnels, and there are like bunkers down there, and there's a whole room that we find that has like all of this information with like what she's been up to, and it's kind of scary when we go like confront her.
Yeah.
Okay, so dumb shit. So in this one, we are an alleged arsonist. That's our job.
Yes,
that's what we've been hired to do.
We've been hired to allegedly burn something down.
So we've got pictures of Bess and George here because we get to visit them. Bess is outside of the shop. We never see Ned, unfortunately.
I'm so fucking devastated.
Yeah. But we get to hear his voice a lot, and he has a really good voice. So.
Oh, he does have a really good voice.
Here is our evidence board, so we kind of are able to have each of the people, Nancy Drew, Alexi, Tony, Brenda Carlton, yeah. And then Deirdre. She's also a suspect for some reason. Oh, she found a note that was like, she intercepted a note that Nancy was supposed to get to go to the town hall, so she was like also there. So we find evidence as Ned and Bess and George, and then we drop it off at the police station so that Nancy can put it on the board, and then once we think we have enough evidence, we hit the button, and the police chief's like, all right, yeah, you couldn't have done this. Go ahead, be free. Because it's really different from what you're experiencing now. And we get to roam around as Nancy as well. So we can go to the ice cream shop as George, and talk to Bess, and then we can go talk to George. George is at Nancy's house. We can see this beautiful living room set.
Nancy's house?
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit. Yeah. Carson is doing very well for himself.
He's a very successful lawyer. This house is gorgeous. At one point, somebody throws a brick through the window, though, and is like, how could you burn down a building in our town? Like, we know it was you. It's very scary.
Nancy's house absolutely looks like a magazine spread.
Yeah. And we can go, like, up the stairs and then into Nancy's room.
Into her room for, hi, I'm Nancy Drew, and this is my desk.
And then this is, like, an example of one of the ice creams. So each of the ice creams on this huge board, you click on it and then you get it served.
And then you eat all of it.
So delicious looking.
Poor Bess.
So good. Yeah.
I loved it.
Next game.
All right. Tomb of the Lost Queen. This game isn't great.
We want it to be great.
I want it to be good. But it's not. But that's okay. So Tomb of the Lost Queen. This is Nancy is in Egypt, like assisting on an archaeologist thing. And then we God, what happened? There's like the site is like rumored to be cursed somehow, right?
Yeah, there's like some accidents that have happened. So for this one, we had a bit of a thing here. Okay, so normally Kim and I do costumes, and we take a picture first, and then we start the game. Sometimes,
we forget.
Or it's just, we like, sorry, I didn't get here till the last second. We still have to set up, or we're having technical difficulties, and we'll grab the picture afterwards. We didn't grab a picture of this one.
So the theme was
Egyptian animals.
Egyptian animals. This is not. I don't think we did cats.
We're gonna go over the costumes that Kim and I are wearing because this is for a future game, so we're not gonna talk about those. But I was a cat and she was a snake.
Yeah. I had like a snake necklace on
and like a very like leafy dress. It was very pretty.
Mm-hmm. But like, look at our boys here.
They just happened to jump up in our laps after this game at the same time. And it was really cute, and I took a screenshot as we both snuggled them. So we were like, these are Egyptian animals. These count.
Look at these Egyptian animals.
We decided to just put this in as a placeholder. You will get to see the costumes we did in a clip. We just don't have pictures of them, unfortunately.
Oh, man. Look at our babies.
They're so cute. They have the exact same look on their face. In the same position. They're
both amazing. Just like, ugh.
Fucking let me go. How could you do this to me?
Mama.
Oh, so cute. Okay. So, mystery. We are here doing some archaeology stuff, and there's an accident, and, like, the main guy we're here to work with gets hit on the head and has to go to the hospital.
Yes.
It's pretty bad. We are able to talk to him on the phone later, but, like, things start happening, like, our water tank gets sabotaged. There's
like a cobra in our bed.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So the people in this game, we've got this lady whose name I don't remember. She's basically like, I went to school.
That's Lily.
Lily was like, I went to school for this, and I love it so much, and I'm very intense about Egypt, and I want to, like, have my name be a part of these finds. And then this dude, whose name I don't know.
I forget him, but he's very cute.
He was interesting. I'll give him that.
He was a British, like, tour guide, but also, like, a criminal. And also he then just, like, leaves halfway through the game, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's real weird because he is like, oh, I'm a tour guide. And then partway through, we're just like, you're not a fucking tour guide. Like, we know that you're lying. And doesn't he, like, change his accent partway through? Is weird.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
And then he just dips. And we're just like,
leave.
Are you not the bad guy? Because you're not around anymore. I don't know what to do here. This lady, Jamila?
Abdullah? No, Jamila.
Okay. She is here for also archaeology stuff, but also she believes that the pyramids were built by aliens. She is a part of basically Sonny June, who we've seen a couple of times throughout the games. He has started his own kind of like
cult
about aliens are real and they have like built things like it's a existing conspiracy theory. She believes it, and she believes that these ancient ones are like a way to communicate with them. So she's also here. And then it turns out she doesn't actually believe in that. She's using that as a cover to be here to find out about there was a previous group that came out here to look through this pyramid who disappeared. And I believe it was like led by her mom or something.
Yeah.
We end up finding out. And then this guy, whose name I don't remember.
This guy is Abdullah.
Yeah. He is...
Bakum? Something like that.
He is the, like, lead archaeologist here. Mm-hmm. He's very famous. He's very egotistical. And very uncomfortable. He yells a lot at everyone.
Yeah, he's not very nice.
No. And it turns out it's him is the bad guy, and he's trying to sabotage things so he can get credit for something? I don't remember.
The motives are unclear.
It's a weird... Yeah, when we say this game isn't great, it's not very fleshed out.
Yeah, like, there are a lot of like, developments in this game that just kind of make us go, like, what?
Yeah. Setting is gorgeous. Being able to go through this pyramid, there are a lot of really neat puzzles, a lot of hieroglyphs. That all was really, really great. So we end up finding this lost tomb of this lost queen. So, dumb shit. Our job, we're apparently an archaeologist now.
Yes, of course. So let's see. God, where to begin? I had to put the aliens guy here just because
It's very much the vibe.
It's very much the vibe that Jamila is giving off for a while. Okay, up left. This was a puzzle that like made almost no sense. We had to strategically remove certain rocks to stop a cave-in, and if you clicked the wrong rock at the wrong time, it would fail, but the methodology for this was incomprehensible.
And it was we had to move a certain number of rocks.
Yeah.
Without it collapsing.
Yeah.
And it was hard.
It was very hard. We had to do that one a ton.
Mm-hmm.
We got to collect all of these different like pendants, which I really liked.
Oh, and they were all like different colors, and they all were different animals, and they meant different things. So we got to learn all about like the symbolism of different animals and different like gems. And like
we also got to translate hieroglyphs, which in the Nancy Drew game they're just
cryptograms.
They're just 1-to-1 cryptograms,
which is not accurate, but
no, but very fun.
So much fun. I love cryptograms. So this was very much like I'm gonna bang these out real quick. Like, however,
yeah, Megan was so good at these.
There were some puzzles where we did have to learn hieroglyphs and learn like, if these two symbols are here next to each other, it means this, or like daughter, and like if this two symbols are next, it means like son, and we had to figure out who was being talked about, which made it a little confusing because we weren't sure if sometimes we found excuse me, when we found these puzzles we weren't sure if it was going to be that translation or a cryptogram translation, but we figured it out. And then we just included a couple of like really cool shots from like, this is the entrance to the dig site, this is the inside kind of chamber that had been excavated, and it was just fucking gorgeous. So beautiful. This is the cobra that was on our bed, very spooky. We put it in a basket and we said hi to him whenever we could. And then this was the mummy. We found the mummy that was lost.
We loved her. Icon.
It was very good. We got to learn a lot of really cool stuff. This was another one, like, it took a turn towards being really educational, but then also not making a lot of sense. So.
Yeah, like, so it ranks below Scarlet Hand for me. But they strike me as kind of similar in that they're both like very edutainment games. Yeah. So we covered a game where it was on the eve of Megan's birthday. This was on the eve of my birthday. So the clip you're about to see is the two of us attempting to sing Happy Birthday at the same time. And honestly, it's not that bad.
It didn't go great, but it could have went a lot worse, from what I remember. And you can see that I have my cat costume, and Kim has her snake necklace and beautiful leaf dress. Ready? Everybody.
It's gonna be so bad because the latency. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday, dear B.
Kim.
Happy birthday to you.
The lag is so bad. I kept trying to match her instead of just sing on my own. Open your present. We tried.
We did a good job.
Ready? Everybody. Next game.
This game is fun.
Deadly Devise. This was very cool.
Yeah, this game's fun.
So this one we go, I want to say Colorado. And we're at this facility, and we're stuck in a snowstorm. But this scientist has died.
Fully died, like electrocuted to death.
And we have been hired by the man who was his friend who owns this facility to investigate. We have been hired by him because he knows Deirdre, and she recommended us.
Yep.
So our theme was electricity. This was
so good.
This was very fun.
So good. This was me taking advantage of how grown out my hair was and how brunette it was that I just put
so good, Kim.
Just did some Bride of Frankenstein stuff.
You did so good with the stitches and the eye makeup and just like the lipstick over the white. It was all very, very nicely applied.
Thank you. You are the cutest surprise Pikachu I've ever seen.
I was happy with how this one turned out too, for sure.
So cute.
I was really worried that the foam wasn't going to be sturdy enough for the ears to stand up. I think I ended up having to use like 2 pieces. And then I had to look at the meme a whole bunch to figure out like what direction
the proper facial expression.
Well, the like, okay, this ear needs to be here, and then I think they're kind of offset. But it was good. So this is where our costumes from earlier came in. But
yeah,
pretty good.
This was good. This was really good.
Okay, so we had some interesting characters in this game.
We did.
So first, this girl here, I want to say her name was Ryan.
I think it's Ryan.
We kept calling her Josie because she's got a very Josie and the Pussycats haircut.
She does have a very Josie and the Pussycats haircut. We loved her.
She's a like mechanic engineer lady.
And just likes to like work on her moped.
Work on her moped, has one of those electric cats, robots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She just had a motorcycle in the like second floor of this place. She loves gummy bears.
Yeah,
that's what we know about her. That's all I remember.
Her.
She was pretty great.
Her. Yeah.
This guy, I want to say his name was like Gus or something.
Like Gray. It was a G something.
Yeah, that's right.
Gray.
I want to say Gray. That sounds right.
Yeah.
He was not the janitor.
He was the security guard, right?
Yeah.
But he was also like a super science genius.
Yep. But he like chose to not apply that.
He got in trouble or something.
Something.
I think he got into some sort of like either like legal trouble or suffered some sort of like scandal, and so the guy who died like hired him on as a favor.
Yes.
He blackmailed something or somebody? Maybe. Yeah, something like that.
Yes. And then we have this lady whose name is, I don't know, Madison? These names are just popping in my head. I have no idea if they're right.
I think it's like Ellie.
Oh, yeah. That could be right. So, Ellie.
And Mason. Ellie and Mason.
I remember fucking Mason. So, Ellie is here. She's smart. I don't really remember what her deal is other than, like, she has a cousin somewhere that she writes to. But she is kind of on the same footing as Mason. Mason's very much just a complete asshole.
Mason sucks.
He reminds me a lot of the first boy that I dated in college, and it's not great.
We tried to figure out how we could frame Mason for the murder.
I think this might be the first time that we were like, we hate you so much, how can we get you to take the fall for this even if you didn't do it?
Yeah.
We were like, whoever did do it, maybe we could clear their name. We can get this guy put away instead.
Speaking of murder, is this only the second game in the Nancy Drew series in which this is about a murder?
I think so.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
All the way back from Secrets Can Kill. Nancy doesn't deal with murder very often.
Not really.
But no, someone hella killed this guy.
And then this
guy. The thing I remember about Ellie and Mason is that they worked at different times.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could only talk to one when, like, you know, one had, like, the day shift and one had the night shift.
Oh, right.
But I remember when Mason wasn't working there, he kept, like, a very organized desk, and we used to run over and mess up all of his stuff.
Yeah, he had, like, markers and, like, Post-it notes, and everything was, like, laid out very meticulously. We just came over and we went, fuck you, Mason, and then took off.
And, like, it had no mechanical benefit. It didn't do anything, but the game gave you the option of doing it, probably because this guy sucked so much.
He did get angry at some point about it.
So good.
It was very satisfying. We were like, thank you, devs, for giving this to us. And then this guy's the bad guy. I want to say his name's Victor.
I think Victor's correct. So this is the guy who hired us.
Yeah.
He hired us to quote unquote investigate a murder that he did.
Keeper Day says, bad guy looking like he wants what Tony Stark built in the cave with a box of scraps. That is 100% his energy in this.
Yes.
He even looks like him.
Yeah.
So basically he was business partners or friends or something with the man who was killed. And the man who was killed, I want to say he developed, like,
like
completely renewable,
like clean energy, essentially.
Yeah,
like
he was
some sort of
the world should have this. It should be accessible to everybody, and he was trying to get it like.
Oh yeah, he didn't want to,
monetize it.
Monetize it. He just wanted to give it away for free, and then it would have like solved the world's energy issues.
And this guy was like, "Fuck that! I like money. I'm gonna zap
Victor's like,
you."
but money though.
But money though, I'm gonna zap ya. And then he's like, "I need a shitty detective." And Deirdre, who doesn't like us, is like, "I know a shitty detective. Nancy Drew is the most incompetent, and I'm way better than her, and she's a really bad detective." And he's like, "Perfect. I should answer
for me.
Nancy Drew," because he wants Nancy to come in and not be able to figure it out and come up with another excuse so he can say that he investigated this murder. Joke's on him. We're super fucking smart, and we figured it out.
So suck it, Deirdre.
Don't remember what happened at the end of this, but I imagine he got... Oh, everybody, like, ganged up to, like, trap him somewhere or something, right?
I think so, yeah. It was all of us against Victor at the end.
Yeah. So, dumb shit. We are hired as a presumed incompetent murder detective.
Yes.
So we had some neat things in this game. A lot of learning about Tesla.
Yes. Which was great. I loved that.
It was really, really cool. Had a lot to do with, like, different energies. So there was this, like, puzzle with these different energy cells, and we had to, like, 3D print this key.
You were so good at this.
It was pretty good. There was, like, one time where I fucked up, which sucked because you had to, like, design it on a computer and then print it out and then, like, come back the next day for it to, like, finish printing. It was kind of obnoxious. But then we had to, like, go around and find all these cat body parts and go between night and day, depending on what we could get access to. We had to figure out how to get access to the lab. There was, like, a whole thing with, like, different chemicals, and then we had to do, like, a laser etching on a silicon wafer.
Yes.
That was very xenon.
Absolutely, yeah.
But there were a few things in this game that, like, we knew we had to get to and could not figure out what we had. Like, this bird... He was just there. He was just there,
like,
until, like,
there, but we had no idea, like, what it needed to do or how we interacted with it.
Yeah, so then when we did get into the lab and get to, like, the different, like, reactors and stuff, there was this cool station where we got to, like, activate everything. We saw all the cool electricity, and it was really, really neat.
Yeah.
And very pretty.
This was also... I don't know if this was the first game to have one, but it was the first game we became aware of, like, bloopers after the credits roll.
Yeah. Which was here.
Yes.
So, it's Ryan with gummy bears on sticks, and she acts out the voices and, like, does a little gummy bear theater. And we get a gummy bear foam charm from this game.
So cute.
Very cute.
Obsessed with it.
There was a candy machine in the main guy's office that,
with
again,
Cocoa Kringle.
Could not figure out how to get into. And we just wanted Cocoa Kringles the whole time, but they had, like, a whole different array of things. We got something heavy dropped on us at one point and murdered, and then we had to...
we do. I have a clip of that.
Oh, great. Yeah, let's get into the...
Let's roll the clip.
Confidentiality.
I love you so fucking much. You know that? You have any idea how much I love you? Any idea?
Doesn't.
More than anything in the entire world. More than Kim. That's saying something. That's saying something.
I thought I was gonna be shocked or, have a reaction to that, but no, that makes sense to me.
But that's saying something.
It is.
That's how much I love you.
I know, because I know that you love me like this so much that my arms are off the screen.
Yeah.
That much.
That much. Okay, bud.
They just keep going.
If you're gonna leave, you need to not take my headphones. Every now and then Finn is like, it would be an excellent time for me to climb up on your chest and sit on your shoulder like a parrot. Just right now would be great.
My buddy is being such a good boy right now.
Good.
It's very dark, so you can't see him, but he's on the bed behind me.
Oh, good boy.
He's a little angel.
Confidentiality.
I love you. Okay, here we go.
This is when we get a thing dropped on us.
And then figure out something special for the week after. Oh no!
What?
Oh, that's right. Oh shit. Oh shit, it froze! We're gonna die!
That was such a heavy thing. We should be dead.
A huge fucking death.
Yeah, you don't get up. You are not conscious from that thing falling on you.
No,
like, your head would be smashed in.
Yeah, this thing knocked us out. I forgot that. Then we get locked in a room that we have to escape through the vents. So it's the return of Nancy in the vents.
Nancy in the vents returns.
And my game kept freezing. And we had a timer. And so as soon as we got in there, the game froze. But sometimes the game freezes and then picks up later. It's not just like, oh, everything's fine. The timer's still going. So yeah, that was a very terrifying moment of, oh no, we're gonna die. We don't know what to do. And then figure out something special for the week after. Oh no! My favorite part of this clip is we get a legitimately surprised Pikachu face.
Oh, look, you're surprised Pikachu! What?
Oh shit. Oh shit, it froze! We're gonna die!
That was such a heavy thing. We should be dead.
A huge fucking death. Oh, okay. This one, I remember. I don't remember why I thought this, but there was some clue early in the game where I was like, this is gonna be a coat rack. We need to keep our eye out for a coat rack. And I don't know what it was, but there was something about a clue that we got that was like, coat rack.
Coat rack. Coat rack.
Fuck yeah.
Can't do that right now.
Coat rack.
Fuck yeah. Coat rack.
Because I turned around and the magnifying glass lit up and I was so vindicated, and it was just such a great, like, nobody told me I was wrong. There was nothing working against me. It was just, I was personally like, this is the thing that I feel is true. And then when I found out that I had puzzled it correctly, I was so happy. Fuck yeah.
Can't do that right now.
Coat rack. Kim's eyebrows at the end just like, alright, whatever the fuck that was.
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
Can't do that right now.
Coat rack.
Coat rack.
I don't know what this is.
Dating Nancy would be fun.
No, not at all. Because, like, even if you were like, fuck yeah, I want to go on adventures with you, she'd just be, like, telling you how to do it properly the whole time. She'd be critiquing your adventure skills.
You would think that you'd be going on
What do you
vacation, but
want?
then as it turns out, you have to do a bunch of chores.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like, hey, you want to cook chicken wings for people? Like, have fun. I'm not doing laundry.
Can you explain these
This is
emails?
Nancy in the vents,
Depends.
Deirdre in her heart.
Can you explain what you're doing with confidential information?
That's amazing.
I love Nancy in the vents.
Ah, fuck. That's so good. We didn't even
Listen,
know. This is
We didn't even know that Nancy was. Well, we had ideas that Nancy was bisexual, but we didn't even know about the
we didn't know
Deirdre thing.
how real this was gonna become.
Yeah.
Did
we manifest this?
maybe they watched the
Maybe.
stream. Next game, Ghost of Thornton Hall.
I love this game.
This one is very cool. It's a very spooky.
This game is also very cool in my mind because this is the only Nancy Drew game that Megan and I have played together. Like,
Yep.
in the same room together.
So because of this is the game that happened while Kim came out to do crit show stuff last summer.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to sit side by side in my living room and play this.
It was so good.
This is Ghost of Thornton Hall, and we have been hired. Oh, excuse me. We've been hired to come out and find a missing girl.
This is another, like, kind of similar to Haunting of Castle Malloy, where there is, like, a wedding that's about to happen, and either the bride or the groom is missing. In this case, the bride. The bride has disappeared.
Yeah. So we get hired by Savannah, right?
Who is, yeah, and she's like a ghost hunter or like a paranormal expert.
Yes, she's
And
a paranormal expert that we first met. We didn't see her, but we talked to her on the phone during Shadow at Water's Edge.
Yes.
Because she wrote a book.
She wrote a book about the Ryokon.
Yeah. And so we talked to her. We find out all about her and, like, her assistant.
Right, the assistant that Bess goes on a date with.
Oh, yeah, to get information. So Savannah calls us up and is like, I need you to go figure out what's happening here. I know that you don't believe in ghosts, so you're not gonna be, like, tricked, right? You're not gonna be here thinking, like, maybe it's a ghost. You're gonna find out what's going on. Yeah. So that's what we got hired to do. And since it's about ghosts, we did ghosts as our theme.
Megan, thank you for ruining one of your sheets for this.
Yep. I was like, all right, let's put it on and then figure out where our eyes are going to be and then put holes. And then I was like, shit, I can't see. And then I put my glasses on and then they immediately fogged up. This was great.
One of our best costumes.
This was a really good costume. Kim and I were exhausted. We had a lot going on.
We did.
This was the perfect costume. And this is one we talked about early because this was going to be my costume for Message in a Haunted Mansion, the third game, if we had done it. But because we ended up not being able to play the second game, we just wore our soap opera costumes for Message in a Haunted Mansion. Because if you remember, the theme for Message in a Haunted Mansion is soap opera because ghosts are later. This is what Ghosts is later.
This is Ghost. This is Ghost is later.
And so for our Snoot Buds costumes, we have Amanda and Devin recreated mine and Kim's look for the Halloween costume contest.
Yeah, like, not only just did this as, like, part of Mystery Detectives, no. Submitted this as a Crit Show costume to the Crit Show costume contest.
Because we said if you dress up as any characters or anything from any of Crit Show Studios productions, including Mystery Detectives, this is what they went with. It's very, very good.
The glasses really make it for me.
Yep, it's very good. It looks just like me.
The glasses are what make it a Mystery Detectives cosplay.
She says, I can't believe he let me cut holes in our sheets for this. I'm so glad. It's so good. Okay.
We did get a question as to what slide we're on.
Oh boy.
I will check that.
Okay. So, with this one, this is very, like, family mystery drama secrets.
We're on 160, so we're not doing bad.
Okay. So, this is, the daughter, I want to say Jess. I want to say the daughter's name is Jess. She is missing.
Like Jesselyn. It's very southern.
It's very southern, yeah. So, we have Jesselyn is going to be marrying this guy whose name I want to say is Cole?
Like Colton.
This
guy sucks.
I'm real good at, like, partial names, I guess.
Yeah.
He kind of sucks. Because if I'm remembering right, he seems real sketchy in the beginning. We find out later that they don't actually want to get married.
Yeah,
Their families are making them get married.
Yeah, they don't, like, because he's, like, in love with someone else, right?
Yeah.
Am I making that up? Yeah,
I don't think so.
He's truly in love with someone else. And he and Jesselyn are, like, friends, but, like, not in love and, like, don't really want to be married, and their families are forcing them to do it.
Yeah, and this is Jesselyn here. We do find her later. She went into hiding because she's trying to prove something. So she's trying to prove something. What happened was there was a fire.
Wasn't she doing, like a scavenger hunt?
She was doing a bridal scavenger hunt, and then she found evidence of something.
Yeah.
But there was a fire many years ago where her aunt passed away. So this is her aunt Harper, who's amazing.
She's incredible.
This is Harper's sister, Jesselyn's mom. And this is, I think, their brother. Don't remember his name. He had potential, like, Nancy Drew hot guy energy, and we ended up being like, you're actually freaking us out a little bit. We're gonna revoke this.
Oh, yeah. And the sort of dishy thing about this guy, I liked this guy. I liked a lot of this guy. But, like, he is the reason why Savannah did not come here herself, because Savannah and this guy used to date.
Yep.
So we are being sent here so that Savannah doesn't have to interact with this guy.
But I feel like he asked us some very, like, invasive questions. Not that Nancy doesn't do that, but it was on a, like, I am really uncomfortable with this guy's energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it just wasn't fantastic. He wasn't like a bad guy. It was just a very uncomfortable vibe. So it was a very long time ago, and there was a fire, and their sister died in this fire.
Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte died.
And so it ends up being this sister accidentally set the fire because she was trying to play a trick or something, and it got out of hand, and I don't remember what the plan was.
It was okay, hold on, because it's all coming back to like the sisters, like Charlotte and Harper are cousins, but they're really, really close.
Yeah.
And Clara was always kind of like left out of that sort of little like duo of Charlotte and Harper. And so then their parents died. Charlotte is in charge, and Charlotte makes a will that leaves that initially gives everything to Clara, but things go very south between the sisters, and so Charlotte cuts her out of the will and gives it all to Harper.
Yes.
And
there was a whole thing about their family like owning a factory that there was a fire.
Yes. And so Clara is like mad about that and is like afraid of sort of being like left out of the family, and so she like tries to like frighten Charlotte by starting a fire, but then it goes out of control and it kills Charlotte.
And then the will, as far as we know, is like this is how it stands. So as we're going through this house, this very large house, we start seeing things that can't exactly be explained.
Cannot be true.
Ghosts, and we've dealt with like projections and stuff. We're not finding any like speakers and projections like before. We start seeing weird things move across the floor. We straight up see ghosts running at us. It is uncomfortable. We're like, this can't be right. Nancy is like, this can't be right. I don't know how to explain this, but...
Does Kim sound like a bit like a robot? Do I, Megan?
Not to me.
Nope, okay.
So our job here is ghost adventurer. You know, we're the one that's supposed to come in and be like, ghosts aren't real, I'm gonna prove it.
Yeah, a ghost skeptic. So, down here in the lower left, we have a portrait of Charlotte who is like fucking iconic. I love this. This is her like on her like 18th birthday or something.
Which is during the masquerade party is when she died.
Yeah, it's so good. Look at her. She's so great.
She's so cool. There's a statue of her in the like family plot that at one point turns its head to look at us. Terrifying. We keep seeing her ghost everywhere. There's this huge fire.
Yeah, so this is one of the rare Nancy Drew games in which there is a good ending and a bad ending, because eventually all of Thornton Hall is up in flames, and Nancy literally has like a like Mass Effect-esque like renegade paragon choice of like, do I go back into the fire and save everyone, or do I just save myself? And if you just save yourself, it doesn't like restart or like fatal error. It's just like, that's the ending.
So
wild to me.
We went back to save because it turns out there's carbon monoxide poisoning going on here, and everybody is being affected.
Seeing things. Everyone was being slowly poisoned.
So I wanted to say that to explain this thing, because we see this crawl across the floor, and we're just like, what the fuck is that?
Okay, no. So I need to tell you, because I remembered this thing, and then I built this slide of the PowerPoint last night, and I was like, what is this thing? So I have tracked down what this is, what we are dealing with here. So this was not supposed to be like a jump scare and not supposed to be a hallucination. This is the developers at Her Interactive putting one of the devs' naked, like pet naked mole rats into the game. And so it was just like a little Easter egg, but it's like it's like the lights are so dim and it's so hard to see and it moves so strangely that like this creature has been such just like a source of confusion amongst Nancy Drew fans. But this is one of the developers' pet naked mole rats that was featured in the game.
You know what? No, I don't accept that.
No, it's just a weird croissant.
This is a weird croissant slug. We are to the point in the Nancy Drew games where, I mean, look at this house. Like, look at these. This is well done modeling. This is not by any stretch of the imagination a naked mole rat, and it moves
it's a croissant.
Terrifyingly.
It moves
in a game that we have carbon monoxide poisoning and we are seeing things throughout the game. I don't accept this truth.
My favorite thing was that like I guessed that it was carbon monoxide poisoning very early.
Right.
That is always like one of my theories whenever anybody is like experiencing visions or like headaches. I'm like, it's carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yep.
Because I've read too many like horror story Reddit threads about like people being like slowly poisoned by and they've had just like broken carbon monoxide detectors. And so I was like, this is 1,000% what it is. And then it just got further confirmed while they were like, yeah, we're just like running this furnace all the time, but like closing all the windows though. And I'm like, these people are slowly being poisoned.
On
and I
death's
can't believe
door.
it was correct. Yes.
So yeah, it was a very tricky game. There was a lot of, we don't know what to do next. I guess we're going to go back and talk to this person. A lot of purple rose. This one took us a while and we definitely had to be like, all right, we're going to come back. Because there was like a grave that we were like, I know
Ethel's
this is
grave.
Ethel's grave. And I was like, I know this is where we need to be. And I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
So that was intense. Ethel's grave. We had this really cool stained glass puzzle.
I liked that one a lot.
Yeah, and then we had some...
This was like a very cool like logic puzzle that was based on like this book of like Confederate era spies that we had, and so it was
the
like
women.
Yeah, and so it was like if so and so like was a Confederate spy, then like use like ring A, and like if she wasn't, then like use like ring B, and so it was very cool. It was very neat. And we also like several times Harper, who kind of like lived in the walls essentially, would like leave us like little puzzles that we had to do all the time, and then like arrange to meet her. And like Harper was such an icon. She was
that was one of the reasons why it took us a long time to figure out what we were supposed to do next, because it would be like, you're supposed to give up and go to bed, and she left a note on your sleeping bag. Which was wild that we did not get a bed in this game, but whatever.
There was also a point in this game where like Clara essentially, like, we had the option of telling Clara about Harper, and like we didn't want to.
We didn't want to narc on her. She was cool.
We were like, are we gonna be like, is this like a bad ending if we do this? Or are we like locking ourselves out of like a thing? But we had to do it in order to advance the story, but we didn't like it.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so...
Alright, so this is our ghost intro.
Hello! Welcome to Mystery Detective!
Oh no!
The theme is ghosts!
Sheets!
Spooky!
Chat's not sure what to say.
I can't see it because I'm dead.
Let's see. Rachel says, I cannot think of a better way to rest while I fight this cold I have, watching my two friends play one of my favorite installments of the Nancy Drew games.
Shit.
Love to you both. Are you okay?
No. No, I'm a ghost. I can't. Ooh, spooky. Okay, hold on. Let me just. I can't. Okay, one eye hole. Okay. If I can just kind of. All right, I got one eye in the eye hole. I can kind of see. All right, how's everyone doing this spooky July day? It's July, right?
It is July,
Halloween in July.
I love Halloween in July.
Same. Your ghost voice could use some work.
Sorry.
Excellent, you are learning. Ooh. I can't breathe. breathe. Hold on. Let me just. Okay, I can breathe, but I can't see. So maybe if I like line to look out of one to.
What's going on
I
here?
can't. This is bad. We can't do this.
No?
I can't do this.
Okay.
This was a bad idea. we've done a dumb thing.
Did you get your
My
glasses?
glasses are stuck. Hi.
Hi!
It was a ruse. It was a ruse, and we fooled you. We're not ghosts.
We're not really dead.
But we're here together. That wasn't a ruse. That was true. We're in the same spot. I told you guys. I told you that I was gonna be right here, and Kim's face was gonna be right next to me, and we're gonna do mystery detectives.
Oh, God.
That was so great. I forgot about the majority of that. I remembered the, like, not being able to breathe, or, like, I had aligned Kim's eye holes very nicely, and then mine were too far
You
apart,
did.
so mine was, like, and then my glasses were fogging up, and I was like, this is bad. But, yeah, I definitely forgot about the, like, yeah, it's July. I love Halloween in July. It's just like, your ghost voice could use some work.
That's okay, you're learning. So good. Okay, this is the croissant, I think.
Okay, good.
I mean, I think we had to do that.
I hope we had to do that.
Well, we have a...
What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
Was it like a big slug?
With like arms and legs. It was like a croissant.
Why does it move so strangely?
Yeah, don't fucking tell me that that's how a naked mole rat moves. I've seen Kim Possible, like, a lot. I'm playing this again.
See,
so we can
yeah,
see
let's
this.
watch it again.
Well, we have a...
What the fuck?
Why is it like
Was that?
its tail is like...
Yeah.
Was it like a big slug?
With like arms and legs. It was like a croissant.
Is it drifting?
Yeah, basically it was. Okay. Okay, yeah. Maybe if it was eating a Nako, then I would believe it was supposed to be a naked mole rat, but it wasn't. So
yeah.
it's a croissant.
A little buttered
Terrifying.
croissant.
The little haunted croissant. I fucking hate it. Okay.
Okay, a warning to those of you who are arachnophobic.
Don't watch this if
There
you're
is a spider in this.
Kim is very afraid of spiders, so
I am.
this is what happened because we had a scavenger hunt, and one of them was a spider, and so we knew at some point a spider was going to come up, but we if I'm remembering right, if this is the clip it is, I realized and like kind of remembered that that was coming up in like the very back of my brain, like a half a second before this actually happened.
Yeah.
No, must be somewhere else.
Okay.
Floorboards?
There we go. I'm sorry. I was literally about to say, do you want me to look up where it is? Because I'm assuming we're gonna see the spider. Are you okay? That was really spooky. I'm so sorry. I thought maybe something like that would happen, and the thought just occurred to me as soon as you were like, oh, click on the floorboard. Are you alright? Yeah.
You were so nice to me.
You were so scared. I felt so bad. I remember that. I was gonna just be like, let's look up where it is. So like you're prepared. Nope, there it is. I'm not gonna replay this one, but yeah. No.
Oh.
Come on. I don't know what this is.
Oh, this was just the site of Charlotte.
Oh.
Looking so cool.
Cool. Cool. Who else was really cool and then died unexpectedly and terrible? Jesus! That's a projection. Nope, that's not real. No, okay, it's still walking towards us though. Who?
The Ada vibes are very real with that girl.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
That?
I love how terrified we were that it was gonna run at us because we just done
We were so prepared.
Shadow at the Water's Edge recently.
Cool. Who else was really
We're like,
cool?
oh,
and died unexpectedly
she's just
in here?
moseying.
Jesus.
That's a projection. No, that's not real. Where's the... No, okay, it's still walking towards us, though. Who?
Just
The
don't
Ada
don't
vibe
like
was
this.
very real with that
Yeah,
girl.
a little bit. Yeah.
That.
Cool. Who else was really cool?
Okay, so we had finally sort of realized the culprit of what was making us see things. Carbon monoxide poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mike in chat broke all of us.
What happened?
Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck, Mike! Oh, shit, that got me! Oh my god! Mike says, it's Princess Monoxide. No, Princess
Monoxide.
Monoxide. Holy shit. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Good one, man. Shit. I swear, Amanda and Mike get me all the fucking time in chat.
us more often
yeah.
than anyone else.
Yeah.
Let me new folder
Yeah.
1.
New folder 2. And then there was I feel like every week Amanda gets me with something where I'm just like, keep it together, be a professional.
Oh,
That was such good timing because we were like, oh shit, we just passed out, like we got attacked by ghosts or something. We were both just like you can see our
we were
faces
both
right here.
so
we're just
afraid.
like, oh no,
and then
we
see us read
glance.
chat, and then
Yeah.
both laugh.
Princess Monoxide.
Princess Monoxide. So good.
Next game.
Hell yeah, this one's so good.
This one's very, very good. So this is The Silent Spy. This one's pretty wild. So you know how Nancy's always like, hey, tell me about your dead mom.
Because I too also have a dead mom.
Now we learn about Nancy's dead mom. Nancy is now like, hey, tell me about my dead mom.
Tell me about my dead mom. You're not telling me enough about my dead mom.
That's literally this game.
Yeah.
We get called to Scotland to go undercover and do some investigation for this this whole
like MI5. We are doing spy stuff.
we are legitimately doing spy stuff because we are the daughter of Kate Drew, who was a super spy, and they think that we're gonna have information that she hid away based off of she brought down this criminal ring, and they think they're back and they're about to do some bioterrorism or something, and so they're hoping that we can help figure out what our mom figured out because she died in a car crash unexpectedly when we were young. So this one was kind of intense because it was a lot of Nancy learning these things about her mom that she didn't know, and also having flashbacks to her parents fighting. And I think she was on the phone with Bess and George at the time, and then you can hear Carson and Kate yelling at each other, and then Kate just being like, I have to go, I'm sorry.
Oh, and then at the very end, we find letters from Kate that were hidden in Scotland that are basically I'm probably going to die, and so here is a letter that I'm writing to Nancy, and just it's 4 pages of and it's
rough.
a lot. It's rough.
So our theme was spies. There's
Another one of my favorite
great.
costumes.
Yeah.
This was really good.
This is one of my favorite costume pairings of us. I love how we're so contrast in our colors and our palettes. This was me really pushing forward and channeling my Artemis Fowl vibes, and I loved this look.
You're getting Robo Voice too. It might be because Megan is having to turn up the desktop audio quite a bit in order to get the clip. So I've turned my own audio down, and we'll see if that evens out.
Okay.
But yeah, these were very good.
Yeah.
I got very hot in that trench coat.
Yeah, and you were in the turtleneck, so
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
had to wear my tactical turtleneck.
Yeah, I had my blazer on. I think that at some point I was like, I want to take this off, but this is a short sleeve and it's really gonna like ruin the vibe. Also,
I've said it before and I'll say it again. You look so sexy in this picture.
Usually if I wear glasses for stuff, I'm always frustrated because I always get a reflection of the screen. This worked for that one.
Yeah, this is really good.
This looked so good. I loved, and sometimes I'm like, oh, my lighting isn't great in here and I can't really get the like backlight to like really be that vibrant with how dark it has to be, and I just felt like both of our looks together played so well this week.
Oh, yeah, very good.
We got Jax with her Secret Spy trench coat.
Hell yeah, love it.
Okay, so the mystery. We get here and we are trying to find information. I don't know who this lady is. I don't remember her at all.
Well, I do. So let's talk
I
about
know
the
who
lady
she
on
is.
the right
Okay,
first.
so yeah, let's talk about her. Brenda?
Bridget?
Bridget? Yeah.
I think it's Bridget.
And she's like, is she like
She's,
a
like,
Southern
very-
or like Midwestern or something?
No, Bridget's super Scottish.
She loves Americans.
She loves Americans. She wants to know all about us. She's like, "What hotel room are you staying in? Like, what do you do? Like, what are you up to? What are you doing here for? Do you want me to come with you?" Just like very bubbly.
Why are you on vacation? Who are you with?
And then we discover that she is actually also a spy, and so the picture on the left is the same woman who is now going by the name Zoe.
Yes.
But we have the opportunity of breaking into Bridget/Zoe's hotel room and like going into their safe.
Yes.
And we find a bunch of
passports?
like passports and like identities and things like that. And what is one of the ones that is listed there?
Motherfucking Samantha Quick.
Samantha Quick.
It's Samantha Quick
is here.
We finally found her. I completely forgot about that until you said we break into her room, and I was like, oh, the passports. We finally meet Samantha Quick. Now, if you don't remember, Samantha Quick was this like criminal spy lady who we impersonated to get close to Enrico in The Phantom of Venice.
Yes.
Who was part of this art thief ring, and we found out she was supposed to meet, and we dressed up as her and met him, and then later she called us and was like, you did a really good job, so here's the information you need, but if you ever fucking impersonate me again, I'll murder you. And it was hot.
It was really good.
It was really, really good. And so this is her. Oh, man.
This is her!
Gosh.
Amazing!
So good.
Iconic.
And then here we have this man who I don't particularly remember. He was like Alec. Okay.
He seemed very, very sketch, and was like essentially he pickpocketed us, didn't he? He didn't pickpocket us. He stole our luggage.
Yes, because he's looking for his sister.
Yeah, and so like he is being forced by Revenant, who is our kind of like bad people. He is being kind of like blackmailed into helping the villain essentially, because his sister, there's like something like his sister's either like being like held hostage or something like that, and so like Alec is kind of like forced to be a henchman, kind of.
Yeah. So I think we bug him at some point, right, or something.
Yeah.
And then this lady.
This is Moira. She is also definitely in the 50 Wings.
She was our mother's best friend.
And, like, also a spy.
And her husband were spies.
Yeah.
And her husband died. I want to say his name was, like, Michael or something. He died in a spy accident. And then, spy accident. And then there was a thing that happened between Moira and Kate, and they had a falling out. Yeah. And I want to say it was straight up, she was like, don't come back here.
Yeah, and then Kate did, and then Moira was like, what the fuck? Like, you have, like, a family. Like, because, because she was like, because she lost her husband doing this, and, and she didn't want Carson and Nancy to lose, like, a wife and a mother.
And her best friend, so.
Yeah, and her best friend.
It was sad.
It was
They never
very sad.
They never got to make up.
Also, at some point, like very early into this game, we're like meeting with Moira. That's like our first mission, and then like Moira gets like black bagged and like kidnapped by the villains.
And we hide in a wardrobe or something.
We hide in the wardrobe, yeah.
She gets away, but
She gets away, obviously.
it's very spooky. And then we get coordinates to like a bunker.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all this like secret spy shit. It's really, really cool. So the bad guy ends up being this guy. I think his name was like Ewan or something.
Yeah, it's Ewan. I can see it on our PowerPoint.
Oh yeah. Ewan. Yeah. He is like
He's like
our
our
go-to
handler.
person.
He's like our
Yes.
handler at like the quote unquote like good spies, but he's actually like not very good.
No, he is feeding information to Revenant so he can get like a place at the table.
Yeah, he's essentially, yeah, exactly. He's being like a double agent, but like in favor of Revenant.
Yeah.
And so he was the one that like wanted to bring Nancy on board because he thought that like that Nancy would know stuff that Kate Drew knew.
Yeah, which she didn't, but she was able to like learn and figure it out because she's the secret spy.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a beautiful picture of Kate Drew.
And we got so many flashbacks throughout all of this of Kate, of Kate and Nancy, like a lot, like at a piano.
Mm-hmm.
Kate played piano a lot, and she wrote a song for her for her family, and that ends up being like very important. Like she like hid like a code in the sort of like notes of the song.
Mm-hmm.
So then right below that, we got access to like Cathedral's whole like database on not only Mom, but also like like Moira and Moira's husband, but also like us and like all of our friends. Like there's like a file on Ned, and they all have like code names.
They all have bird code names. So like
it's so good.
Kate was Harrier. We're Kestrel.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, so then we have like the symbol for the like.
So this was Revenant. This was the sort of the like terrorist organization. And what was like stressful about this game is that they would call us and then just like ask us to do stuff.
Yeah.
And if we did it, then they would give us like, they would play like an audio clip of our mom, and it was always seemingly kind of like benign things, like leave the door to the trash compactor unlocked, or just like random stuff, and we got like very stressed out about whether or not we should do them
because we were like, they have recordings of our mom that we've never heard before, but also these are the bad guys, so what do we do? Mm-hmm. This is a picture of the like super secret spy station. Spy Shack. At one point we had to play bagpipes, which was really interesting.
Listen, I'm always so excited whenever we get a music puzzle because Megan really gets to shine on like everything else, but like finally when I get to do some music, it's very exciting.
I'm so
It also
relieved.
reminded me of how much I really want to learn how to play the bagpipes.
It's pretty cool. And then up here we have the poem Jabberwocky had some meaning. There was like these color-coded words throughout that we had to like do a puzzle.
Mm-hmm. It also made me I was reminded of it because you said that you once did like a poetry contest or something. Like you used to have the Jabberwocky memorized.
Yeah, I did Jabberwocky as one of my 3 poems in I went to state for poetry out loud when I was a junior in high school, and this was one of my, and then also I did Alice in Wonderland poems for poetry for oral interpretation while I was in high school. So Jabberwocky was one of them, Walrus and the Carpenter, and there was one more that I don't remember. But yeah, I loved them very, very much.
Nice.
Okay, clip time.
Oh, this is just Phineas being really cute.
Oh, it looks like he's wearing, is this his Halloween costume?
Yeah, he's wearing a Halloween costume.
Okay, cool.
I keep now just wanting to call you the lore merchant.
Who's a baby?
Oh, goodness.
What is that, Ben?
Thank you, Vethic, for the 50 bits.
You can't bite your own claws. That's not good.
I love him so much.
That's good. This is a good one. Oh, he's so cute.
He's so cute.
I keep an eye on.
Next game.
Next game. This game also is like, I am fond of it, but it also belongs in the category similar to Kapu Cave of like the mystery and the reasoning behind it kind of comes out of nowhere and it's kind of indecipherable.
But it meant so much for us to get to this point. We were so excited because we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So the Shattered Medallion is Nancy and George are competing on it's Survivor. It's Survivor Amazing Race. This season is set in New Zealand.
Yeah. Like teams of 2 like racing around and like doing challenges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For, like a prize. It's called Pacific Run.
Yeah. And we get there and we find out that it is being run by motherfucking Sunny June.
Sunny June. This is the guy in this is right here in our beautiful like he's got a really whoever does his hair color is like really nailing it.
Our eternal predecessor.
Yes. Famed intern and assistant and believer of aliens, Sunny June, somehow has spun himself to be like a producer / host of this show. So he's doing quite well for himself. We sign on to like we're sort of brought here as kind of like a backup contestant, aren't we? Or no, hold on, no. We're competing. It's Nancy and George competing, but then George gets hurt, and so we bring in Bess. Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, so this was wild to be like, we're meeting Sunny June in person. Because remember, up to this point, we have only seen his drawings that he has left behind in posts that we have since taken over, as well as his pamphlet for his aliens organization that he has started. That's like, the Ancient Ones came here, they're real, they're going to be coming back. Like, this is what we do as believers of this. I can't remember what it's called.
The Anunnaki?
No. Okay, so the Anunnaki are the Ancient Ones.
Yeah.
Like his organization. What's the name of his cult?
What's the name of his cult?
I can't remember.
Spied.
Yes. Okay. So he's running this, but we begin to find out he's running the show, but only kind of. He's not here for the show.
No,
he's here for what the show can give him. So our theme was aliens. So Kim got to bring back her Baby Yoda costume.
My Baby Yoda costume that I wore in a Star Wars themed production of Henry V. I'll just yep, that is where that is from. And Megan, again, I keep saying this about every costume that you were wearing. You look hot as hell.
This one, I've never done a galaxy themed makeup before, so I pulled up some Pinterest things and I just kind of gave it a go. I was so happy with how it turned out. Especially like the white detailing was very nice, and I feel like my hair was in a place at this time that I was like, this works.
I love your little baby bangs.
I know. I just cut them a little bit shorter yesterday, and I'm like, do I push them? I'll deal with that later. But then seeing this, I'm like, it was a good look.
It was a good look.
Yeah, but it was very fun. And then I had this silver bodysuit with just this big chest cutout. It's too small, so it's a little tighter on the neck, and I haven't really worn it a whole lot, but this was perfect for that. So I loved this alien look. Ooh. All right, so a lot of people in this game. So at least we have Bess and George here. So like she said, George gets hurt. We're doing the leg of one of these races, and she goes over a bridge, and the bridge collapsed. The bridge was sabotaged. She breaks her leg. Wild. So unexpected, terrifying.
Yeah.
We pull Bess in to be our backup. The other people that we are still competing. So at this point in the game, there's not a lot of other people competing with us left. There is basically one other team of 2 and then one person on their own.
Yeah.
So here's Sunny June. This is our wonderful producer.
Look at him.
And then these two are a couple, and this is Patrick.
Patrick and Lena?
Lena, yep. So they're a couple, and she is like
She's super
hella
competitive.
smart. What does she do? I want to say she's like a programmer or something.
Yeah, she's like a code breaker or something.
Yeah, that's why, and that's part of the reason she's here, is because she's very like good at breaking codes. And
and Patrick is like a jock.
he was a professional rugby player.
Right, yes.
And then this lady is our bad guy. Her name is
Kiri, and she is like a sort of like serial reality show contestant. Like she's been on like a ton of them, and so this is just like another gig for her. Essentially,
she wants fame. She wants to be famous.
Yeah.
So it turns out she's sabotaging a bunch of stuff, and she's a bad guy, and she tries to kill us all.
But yeah, and so the reason, let's talk about like why Sunny June is here. Like the reason why he is here and has like curated this group of people is like specifically because he has like cast people on this show that can like help him like solve his own personal mystery. And so like that's why there's like an athlete here. That's why George is here, because she's like a good inventor. That's why Lena is here as a code breaker. Like we're all here just to like help him, essentially.
Yeah, because so this story of like the Anunnaki, these aliens that came down and like helped us with all this stuff, this has been passed down from his grandfather. And their family has kind of like pushed this, and then his parents were like, no, this is not true. Like was like, you need to stay away from your grandpa. But Sunny had this very deep connection with his grandfather and absolutely believes this stuff to be true. And so there's like this story about how these certain people will help unlock these certain things, and you'll be able to communicate with them again. So this was a really neat game. We are dumb shit. Our job is a reality show contestant. We got another mood board here. It needs more like New Zealand kind of vibes, but for the most part, the alien side of things, this is very good.
I love
example.
Sunny's purple hair here.
Pacific Run New Zealand is the logo for the show that we're on. That isn't actually important. At one point, we get into like an underground bunker that is like, we go in a submarine and go and like collect old treasure and stuff. It's so pretty. It's so cool.
So cool.
We have to shear sheep.
It's New Zealand has more sheep than people, and so we do a lot of learning about sheep, and we have to shear a bunch of sheep again.
There's a really cool like underground cave system that we get to like walk through. It's just a very beautiful game.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous. I just wish that the mystery was like a little better.
Yeah, because I mean, like essentially that's it for like the actual like you're on Survivor. There's stuff we have to do, like panning for gold and stuff, but essentially none of it matters, because it's called the Shattered Medallion because each leg of the race you finish, you get a piece of a Shattered Medallion, and whoever gets all the pieces wins. But like, so-and-so stole our medallion piece this one, or these people got eliminated. It doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, and so like at the very end, we just like, you know, we like stop the villain. George builds this like beacon that's like supposed to like maybe like reach out to aliens. We figure out how to put together and where to put it, and then it just sort of like lights up like a kind of like star pattern, and then like that's kind of it. Sunny just like takes the beacon and is saying he's gonna like look at it more. Like we don't actually get any aliens yet.
But the story was true.
Yeah,
and
the story was true.
All of these things that were kind of laid in this place. And so a big part of what we find out what we need to do is through these comics that he drew for Sunny. And so it's part of a reason like Sunny doodles all the time is because he loves these comics, and they're about like him and his grandpa and just these other side stories that we get clues on what we're supposed to do. And it's
really cool. It reminds
lovely.
me a lot of the comics from Shadow at the Water's Edge. I wonder
Yeah.
if it was the same artist at Her Interactive doing both.
Probably.
Probably.
It was just a really nice, like, this is cool. And we're all here. It had kind of like a lady in the water. Like, we're all here to play our part. Like, we all have, like, a title. Like, at the very end, Kiri, like, leaves at this bottom of this cave, and it's filling with water, and she cuts the rope and is like, you're gonna die, and I'm gonna be the one with the story. Leaves us to die. And one of Patrick's things, I don't know if we have clips of it, but
We don't have any clips.
Basically, through this whole thing, he was just like saying surprisingly profound shit.
Yeah, like very, very deep stuff.
Yeah, but like also he's like, I'm dumb. Like I'm just a dumb man. And it's just like, you know what you're about though, and it's pretty.
And
great.
he also at some point says, you know, like he's not a great swimmer because like whenever he goes in the water, he just like immediately sinks to the bottom. But then that is like exactly what we need in that moment as this cave is filling up with water. Patrick just goes in, like gets to the bottom of like the pool and like pulls
Walks
a lever and like
to a lever.
saves our lives. Yeah, and then saves our lives.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I know why I'm here. And he goes down, and there's a whole thing of like, can you see him? And she's like, yeah, I think he's walking. And he just walks along the bottom of the thing. It's very good. But there were definitely times where we're hearing him talk about stuff, and we're just like, yeah, all right, man.
This guy gets it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like your philosophy. I like where you're at with your life. Good for you.
Yeah, and Bess like kind of had like a connection to him.
No.
No?
Well, a little bit, but Bess's thing here is she's usually like, oh, I'm gonna go flirt with the boys to get information, and she tries.
She's all about
she tries, and he's just like, no, I'm like with Lena. I'm like no really interested. Like they both just kind of had boring conversation. So she talks to Sunny to try to get information, and she falls completely in love with him. At one point, she says something like, I'm just imagining him with a puppy, and it's perfect. And it's just, like,
right.
really
she
cute.
falls so hard for something.
She's like, all of my powers are gone. Like,
yeah,
anytime...
She's, like, such a good flirt, and she got just, like, so tongue-tied around Sunny.
It was very, very funny, very cute.
It was really cute.
Next game! Labyrinth Lies.
Hey,
This one
right.
was beautiful, also infuriating.
Long. The longest we've ever played one of these.
Yep. How long did the estimation say that this game should have gone?
4.5. We played this game for 5 weeks.
Truly a labyrinth of lies. So this game, we go to oversee a production of a play.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. We've been hired to assist with this play that is opening at this museum, and it's a play that is about the Hades and Persephone myth. But then also amidst all of this, there have been instances of like art being stolen or art turning out to be counterfeit, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're in Greece, and we're back at a museum.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back on the set of this thing. So our costume theme was Greek myths. This was great. This is another one that I loved our like comparison here. And this was a great setup.
You loved this so much that this is still your profile picture. Not this exact picture, but you as Persephone.
Yeah, I liked this eye makeup a lot. I think my hair curled real nicely. I love that flower crown. But yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm going with the lots of flowers, lots of pink, lots of blush, and then like a dark flowery dress to kind of do that like light and dark Persephone. And then I was drinking pomegranate juice.
Pom juice. And I was Dionysus, and so I just
good.
got to, I hit up my local craft store for some fake grapes and draped a fur stole around myself, and then just, drank grape juice out of a wine glass for like 5 straight weeks. It was nice.
Perfect. Yeah, this was a lot of makeup, but overall it was a very easy costume, and I just got to drink a lot of pomegranate juice, so just a win all around.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was wild. This was a wild story.
Because, like, actually, apart from Melina, who was the owner of the museum, kind of all of these people are the bad guys.
Yeah.
But of the quartet, 2 of them were more bad.
Yeah. They were all guilty, but only 2 of them were bad guys.
Yeah.
So, we have Melina, who hired us. She owns this museum. And then we have this lady whose name starts with a D, but I can't remember. No, it doesn't start with a D. Niobe.
Niobe.
And she played Demeter.
Yes.
So everybody in this play also has other jobs?
Yeah, so this is a theater company, a quote-unquote theater company,
i.e. also a gang of thieves, but this theater company, 4 people, and they are all like leads in the play, but then also like they are like stage managing it, doing the lights and sound, doing the costumes, directing it. Like it's a very bare bones production.
For how elaborate the set is, it's unthinkable. But she is playing Demeter. She is also working, she's doing recreations of pieces in the museum to put on display. She has some shady back history with, what's the word?
Art forgery.
Forgery.
Yeah.
She forged some pieces, and was found out. And then there was a whole nother thing where, like, she did a painting for a friend, and the friend passed it off as her own and made a lot of money and didn't, like, give her any sort of credit. So, like, her name got really, really trashed. And she's had a hard time.
Yeah.
So she got roped into this big scheme. The scheme is, during the performance, they got a bunch of VIP people in, and they were going to switch out Niobe's forgeries for the real pieces.
Yeah.
So that...
And then just like run out of here with like a bunch of like real art.
Yeah. So that was her job, was to make all of the switchy pieces. Yeah. This guy, forgot his name, Grigor?
Yeah. He was playing Hermes. He was also the stage manager.
Yes, he was Hermes' stage manager.
And was also like a thief, like a professional thief. But he was definitely like he was like definitely looking for redemption, like, and he sort of acknowledged that, like, especially compared to the people on our right, he realized that he was kind of like in over his head, and he like absolutely like left one of those if you find this then I'm probably dead, because Xenia and whomever like figured out that that I'm trying to like double cross them and things like that. But I liked him. He was good.
He was pretty okay. Once he stopped being like, once we got past like his front, he is fine. This lady, what was her name?
Xenia.
Xenia wrote the play and was playing Persephone. This was all kind of her thing too. She was running everything.
Yeah, she was like the sort of like mastermind of this crime ring, and Thanos, who was playing Hades, was the kind of like muscle behind it. He also maybe had some like actual like mob connections.
Yeah,
at least that's what Grigor thought.
I think he's also the one that like reached out to like the VIP black market people too.
Yeah.
And he was basically like, he threatened everyone here to be like, you're gonna be a part of this.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna get you.
Yeah, so Grigor and Niobe were kind of working under duress, but Xenia and Thanos were both like in it.
Yeah. So dumb shit. Our job here, assistant museum curator. Again, like.
So the coolest thing about this play, and this was wild to me, because as you can see, like none of our sort of like gang of thieves really seemed to give a shit about the play that they were doing, and yet,
gorgeous.
For a sort of like fake play that exists only to give people enough time to steal a bunch of art, the production value for this play was astronomical. I've done a ton of theater. This would have cost millions of dollars.
Several rooms, moving platforms that changed sets.
Real lava.
Lots of fire. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, yeah, I want to live on this set. So first we come in down here and we literally take a boat ride through a river of like the dead, and they're like ghost hands coming up out of the river to get to a Cerberus statue, to then pass through that door. The doors look like creepy shit like this, with like hands sticking out. We get to different areas with like pools of water, and like upstairs, and there are like all these cool things we're looking at, and then we go through another one. Eventually we make it to this part that's stairs that just go into lava and fire. And then once we do this cool gem puzzle,
that I had to include a picture of that puzzle because we liked it so much.
It was really cool. Once we figured out how it was supposed to work, we were like, this is excellent. Lifted up the stairs here and then led us to this just beautiful, like, crystal throne. And I was just like, I belong on that chair. I would live there. I'd never move. I'd die there. It's gorgeous. Oh, love it.
So this game obviously had a lot to do with Greek mythology, and so there was a whole sequence where we had to match pictures of the gods with items that they're usually associated with, like, you know, Zeus holding a lightning bolt and, you know, things like that. And so it was this cool little, like, match puzzle that I really liked, and it was, like, very fun to do.
Yeah, it was very cute.
The thing up here, so this was our sort of top left picture of the ladies. We had to, like, essentially do, like, a matching puzzle to, like, solve this. But we only had to do, like, this one, but there were, like, five other ones.
Here's the thing, is we were breaking into a tablet, right?
Yes.
And there were 5 little boxes around, and a bunch of them had locks on them. So we do this first one, and it's just a puzzle. It's just like a jigsaw puzzle that's just squares. We finally finish it, and it unlocks the next one. And we're like, okay, we can do the next one. We do the next one. We do the next one. We do the next one. Yeah, Kim's right. Turns out we only needed to do the first one, but Nancy didn't say, like, it's unlocked now or anything. And so we just kept going, and it took so long.
They were fun to do, though.
They were pretty.
Like, I liked it. They were pretty, but they were
We
unnecessary.
spent, like, 5 weeks on this game.
And they got progressively harder.
Yeah.
You see.
So yeah, it was a lot. And then we did this cool, like, seating chart, which is very logic puzzle, which, you know, we love our logic problems.
You know, we love a logic puzzle. So we loved that one. And then, so we found. you want to ask how did this game take 5 weeks? I will tell you. The reason why is because at some point Megan and I discovered the full script for Persephone in Winter.
Found the script.
We found the script, and and ordinarily, whenever Megan and I in a Nancy Drew game find a book, one of us reads it out loud. Both like for ourselves, and also just like for chat, because I know people aren't always, you know, you're on various devices, and so we just read everything out loud so that we all know what we're getting into. And so we picked up the script and we decided to read it, and then we decided to sort of, you know, as we
cast ourselves.
And then we just kind of cast ourselves in the show. And for like 40 pages, Megan and I we did a full like dramatic cold reading of Persephone in Winter with the two of us being the character.
And there were some scenes where it was like, okay, I'll be Persephone and you be Hades, but then I'll be Hermes and you be Demeter. And so in scenes where they were both together, it's like, okay, well, now you be Hermes for this one, and I'll be... And so we weren't talking to ourselves, but then we were switching back and forth between who we were cast at. It was wild.
Switching all the time, and so, yeah, Mike said
it was like 40 pages.
Week was the script reading. We did this for 40... Like, we read this script for a while.
Yeah, it was like half an hour. It was like 40 pages of lines. Well, because sometimes we find
Masterpiece Theater.
Yeah, we find something and it gives us like a couple of pages. This is like an example of like, this is the thing that you're looking at. But this had notes throughout the entire play that we were going to have to use earlier. So we just read through and performed the entire play, and it really got us to be like, that was so much fun. Like, I would love to do something scripted.
We miss acting.
Yeah. I was like, I would love, like, I mean, I love role playing and I love doing improv stuff with Kim, but like, it would be so much fun to do something scripted.
Yeah. So that, man, we should do an audio drama.
We should do Persephone in Winter.
We should just do Persephone in Winter. Her Interactive isn't using it anymore.
We'll get two of the boys to take on Grigor and Thaddeus' role.
Perfect. Penguin says, I'd love to see y'all do a cold reading of something funny for a Patreon goal. Maybe someday.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this game was very fraught. A lot of Purple Rose situations in this game.
Oh my god.
A lot of backtracking, a lot of feeling very lost. A lot of like, the story will not progress unless you like navigate this entire underworld and click on this one fucking thing.
Or call somebody and talk about this certain thing. We spent a good chunk of this game just going back and forth and seeing, can I talk to this person now?
But there was a lot about this game that I really liked because I love Greek mythology. I loved doing the play reading with Megan.
Yep.
And the aesthetics of this game were really good.
Honestly, the aesthetics are worth it for me. It's not a great
Yeah.
story, but everything else was so beautiful, I didn't even care.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a clip.
I forget what this
I
one
don't know
is.
what this is, but...
Can't check that off yet. Oh! Damn!
So, we saw earlier how, you know, there's a little bit of lag between Kim and I sometimes, and it can be a little frustrating if we're trying to do something at the same time, but our shared brain makes up for the lag sometimes.
I wasn't even looking at the screen.
No, we both...
And also, I will say, Megan and I can't see each other when we are streaming this because Megan's camera is being picked up by OBS, and so I can only hear the beautiful sound of her voice. And so the fact that we did that not looking at each other and with latency is so funny.
Yeah, I'm playing it again because it's so good.
With the same intonation too.
Can't check that off yet. Oh! Damn!
We were going through the list, and it's because we have been conditioned to hear that click sound and know that that's not checking something off. It's we did it, and it was just, can't check that off yet, and we just knew, and it's so good. And it doesn't happen very much anymore, but when we were recording separately from our closets for Perilous Tides, like, or even just anything, there was a few things that we recorded where it was just like, we share a brain. This is just
We do.
the same time. And like Rev would even like post clips of like us just being in sync completely with what we were saying. I think there was a clip from the Monster Mash where we were just like, perfectly on top of each other. It was good. It was great.
Oh, I love you.
Next game! I love you too.
Hey,
Sea of Darkness.
This is a great one.
Great. It's so much fun. This is also another very, very pretty game.
Yeah, this game is awesome. So the theme was I'm on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did a cosplay of my Perilous Tides character, Ada Hawthorne, who is famously frequently on a boat.
As a pirate, it's kind of important, yes.
Yeah.
And I grabbed my IKEA shark and old Halloween costume and just a shirt that I had with anchors on it. And I went... Oh, and then also, very important, my Shark Week themed sunglasses. So,
Oh, yeah.
so
I love those glasses.
Oh, they're so nice. I was full ocean ready here.
I loved it.
Okay, so this one, we are in Iceland, and there is a little town, and there is a ship here, and there's a whole story that we'll get into. But essentially, there's this guy who is like, I want to go on this ship because the guy who was the captain of this ship allegedly left a treasure, and I'm going to find the treasure. And then this guy, Magnus, goes missing.
Yes.
So we have been hired by his business partner to track him down because she is afraid that he found the treasure and took off.
Yeah, she's afraid that he found the treasure and left with it and cut her out of it.
So this is Dagny. This is the person who hired us, and she is just boss bitch.
She is, and she's frequently cold.
Yeah, I identify a lot with this woman. I was very into her. She's just like always by a heater outside, and she's just like, do what I'm paying you to do. Like find him, find my money, find my treasure, find my ship.
Mm-hmm.
We have Magnus's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, on again, off again, girlfriend, Elizabeth. And she's
great.
She's pretty good. She's very pretty. She's very nice. She runs the local, like, tavern.
And she's also, like the sort of, like, ancestor,
she's the descendant of the captain.
She's the descendant of the sort of, like main big deal people in this town.
Because it was the captain in the ship who were part of, trading or something, and they came up to Iceland And they did some trading, and then there was a volcanic explosion, and they ended up, the town ended up barely surviving or something. And they were he fell in love with, the town leader's daughter, and they had a family, and then they were going to escape, and the townspeople got pissed, and somehow the mom got killed. And then the captain dad died. And so we were left with, the daughter. And then it was just, descendant. And so she's the ultimate descendant of this captain.
Yeah.
She owns this local tavern where this guy is always at. And his name is something I've forgotten.
Gunner.
And Gunner is a fisherman.
Yes.
Whose wife and daughter died in a boat accident.
And so he won't go to sea anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. He's kind of gruff and angry, and he doesn't, change.
Yeah.
This is Magnus. We do finally find him. He was being held captive in an ice cave.
Yes.
At one point, we need information about ocean stuff, and so we talked to this lady.
This lady rocks.
She's
amazing.
The best.
So she is sort of I forget her actual job. But she is supposed to we're essentially trying to break into this lighthouse or something like that. And so she's up in the control tower, not the lighthouse. And we can talk to her via the radio on Magnus's ship. And she so often is just asking Nancy to do stuff for her, and her reasoning is well, it's because it's really cold out and I just want to be cozy here with my blankets. She's so cool. She also likes to tell us a lot of ship facts.
Yeah, I learned what a forecastle is because she told me. She taught us so many cool things about ships. And so eventually just got to the point where let's go call her our boat girlfriend.
We loved her.
Yeah,
she's so cute. Look at her.
She was adorable. And so a big part of this town is they hold this festival. And this man here, who's our bad guy, his name's Soren.
Yes.
And Soren was born just outside of this town, but that's enough for this town to treat him like he doesn't belong. And it's pretty shitty. It's very much that small town, we take care of our own and to hell with any outsiders, and they are very cruel to him. And he takes a lot of that and internalizes it and essentially tries to just kind of get back. And he's running, the festival, and people don't like the decisions he's making. And so he's kind of I want to find this treasure and, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but again, he tries to leave us for dead.
He tries to kill us. Yeah, it's always a sympathetic villain until they try to leave us for dead.
Yeah, he's you're gonna freeze to death, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And it's just well, now you have to go to jail.
No.
Which I think he gets, community service or something.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of learns their lesson. But, yeah, this was a beautiful game. We got to go on this old ship and, all these hidden rooms. Our job here was missing persons investigator / bad girlfriend. Because
Let's look at the bad girlfriend thing.
Let's explain that.
Let's explain that. So we are here in Iceland, hired by Dagny, and at some point, Ned calls us and is essentially "So, are you on your way?" And she's like, "What?" It was their anniversary, and they were supposed to go out to dinner. And she not only forgot about it, but failed to tell him that she was heading to Iceland.
Yeah, not only did she forget their anniversary, she forgot to tell him she was leaving the country.
Yeah.
Just slipped her mind that she was going to Iceland for an undetermined amount of time to solve a mystery.
So, while we are here, Nancy realizes that, we've gotta fix this, and so there are several phone conversations between her and Ned. Ned is sort of dancing around that he wanted her to be at this anniversary dinner because he had something very important to tell her. I thought he was going to propose, but it's actually to say that he loves her. And we had the option of saying I love you back. We did. And we then also decide to get him a souvenir from Iceland. And we
go big.
greeted we are greeted with like a variety of options, from like a postcard to like a sweater. We get him a sword.
Yeah.
Which is the most expensive option. And he loves it.
We don't usually spend a lot of time making money in Nancy Drew games, usually because it's just kind of like, this takes forever. We definitely were like, we're gonna grind for this sword.
Yeah, we gotta get Ned this sword.
We've got to make up for forgetting our anniversary.
Fucked up.
Yeah, we fucked up pretty bad.
So how we got money was by doing this little Icelandic vocab
vocab
game. And so and I remember the first time we got it, it was like animals or something, and so it's like you memorize one column and I memorized the other column, and then we just kind of like brute forced our way through it, and we did quite well.
Yeah.
And then the next time we did it, it was a completely different word list.
Yeah.
And so we had to memorize just like 5 different topics that we had to remember. So Megan and I are fluent in Icelandic now.
Basically, yeah.
Basically,
that's all we needed to know. But it was pretty cool, and yeah, so then we got paid, I guess, for learning another language.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we bought a sword.
Yeah.
But this game was full of puzzles. Like, it was like, solve 15 puzzles, and then you'll get the next clue to, finding this treasure.
It was so fun. Let's see. We had a return of a really fun logic puzzle where we had to sort
stuffed animals,
some dog toys, which was really, really fun.
There was a dog in this game. It was great.
There was a dog in this game named Toomey, and he was so cute.
Yeah, Elizabeth was hiding him in a closet. He's Magnus' dog, and she was like, "I gotta take care of him."
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Up here, so Dagny was next to this this heater this whole time, and at some point she's like, "I'm not helping you until you get this working because it's broke." And then we had to do this really awful puzzle. This was an awful puzzle. I hated this.
This one took us a while.
Yeah.
This is a very, very long game.
We had to put these shapes over on this chart, but they would overlap, and they had to, whatever was covered had to add up to be the things that we needed them to be, and it was a lot. Well, we finally made it through, got really, really lucky. And then, like, a week or two later, I went ice skating, and there were these things nearby, and I was like, if those break, I can fix it. I
got this.
I'm basically an expert now.
Show me the Tetris puzzle.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Right below the Tetris puzzle, we have this really, really cool puzzle that was on the ship's wheel that I really liked because it was just a bunch of word puzzles.
It was just compound words.
Yeah, and so of like matching the rain cloud with the bow for rainbow, or like a starfish. Forecastle was a really good one because it looks like forecastle.
Yeah,
and that was a really smart one. Let's see. Below our vocab list, this was like a personal pet peeve of mine because like Nancy was like, I need to assemble these loose scraps of paper in order to like form an important clue, and like at a certain point
we could see it.
We knew what it was. It was a star that had flowers in the diagonals.
But it wasn't until we found every scrap piece of paper and put them together.
Piece that was
yeah,
finally,
and then it's like
it. And it's
one
like,
piece.
I think we know.
One piece with like a part of a leaf, and we put it over. And she's like, "Wait a minute, I've seen this before." We're like, "No shit, Nancy."
Like Jesus. Let's see, and then also, so I feel like Megan is the puzzle queen. I and also is the one usually driving in these games. I get few opportunities to truly shine, but I do when it's
she's a music master.
Puzzle. So we at some point got a sheet of music, and we got a music box, and we had to arrange the tines on the music box so that they would strike and hit the notes correctly. And I did all of this without being able to hear the music, which was a lot. And so it was just me looking at the music and then trying to figure out, all right, well, what like, where is the first tine being struck? So that's where this note should go, and things like that. And I felt very smart. I
still don't understand it. She was basically like, put this piece here, and I was like, is this right? Am I doing it right? Can I hit go yet? I don't understand what you're doing, but I trust you completely.
Mm-hmm. I felt very smart when I did it.
Yeah, it was very good. Okay, clips.
So, oh wait, no, this is not yet Megan's puzzle triumph. This is me talking about how sometimes I'm streaming this at 4 p.m. where it's still like people might knock on my door and I'm in full costume. With my full I answered the door. And it was someone from like the city of Glendale wanting me to sign a petition and trying to give me a big spiel, and I, with my full chest, said, "I'm at work right now."
Excellent.
I mean, yes.
You're not wrong.
But he must have thought I was an absolutely crazy person.
I love it.
I'm at work right now.
Yeah. I'm at work. Gonna need you to leave. It's very good. I can't believe that would be that, like, if you're going door to door in LA.
It's true. I can't have been the weirdest person that he talked to, but still,
it's such a good response.
Just like in full just like Renaissance fair sexy pirate outfit in my room. Oh, this is Phineas being very cute. This is another Phineas moment.
I'm at work right now.
I'm at work
so
right now.
Good. Okay, what is this?
Hey, Phineas. Hey, Finn. Finn. Phineas, look at me, damn it. Look at me. I love you. I love you. Wake up. Finn. There. Hi. Okay. He's going back to sleep. He's splayed. My arm's getting tired. He's splayed out his little toe beans. Yeah, sometimes when people redeem the "What's Phineas up to" thing, I'm like, I'm sorry, not
over
much.
Here. Yeah,
I want to give you something, but
I'm so excited to have some Malcolm redemptions. All right, so now here we go. Speaking of Megan the Puzzle Queen, this is one of our longer clips. This is Megan, you go ahead.
This is one of my favorite puzzles, I think, overall that I've ever done in a Nancy Drew, because I was like, okay, obviously there's a lot on this board. And so whenever I'm confronted with something that I don't understand what I'm supposed to do right away, I just start doing stuff until I kind of figure it out. And I love this clip because there's a moment where it clicks and I understand exactly what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to do it yet, but I trust the process.
I for just like a moment attempt to sort of like be a participant in this where I'm like, oh, I think you have to like move the fish to this, and then I very quickly just shut up and let you start driving.
I got completely in the zone and I was like, I know this. And this is what happened.
Another puzzle.
Okay. Over to that treasure marking.
Okay. Another puzzle.
Okay, you gotta guide your fish over to the right spot.
Yeah, I sure do. To the treasure marking? To the X?
I guess so.
Okay,
yeah.
what do the notes say? Nothing. Okay. Alright. Cool. Oh shit. Okay. That's it. That's
All
it
right.
clicking.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. Okay. So now it's a star. So now I can go down through here. I need to be red. So if I go red here, I can. Or does it? No, it has to be a red jellyfish. Fuck. All right. Reset. Start over. Okay.
Okay.
So anything I
so
touch,
many
that's what I
thoughts.
become. Okay. So green opens the
Kim,
green
shut
door.
up.
So now I'm green. So now if I go through here, I become a star. And then if I go over here and I go down and I go over here, I become a red star. So then, oh wait, I can use my keyboard. That's way easier. Up all the way over here through the red star. Let's go down here, open up blue. Blue star. Star lets me through here. I'm going to come around down to the blue star. Down through here, become a jellyfish. Up through here, become a red jellyfish. Down through the red jellyfish door. Red jellyfish. What do I need to be from here? Okay, what do I need? I have a ways to go. I need to just chill. I need
Please
to be
someone
green.
clip Megan's.
I need to be green, but I need to be a fish. So, how do I become a fish? No, I can be blue over here. Okay, so then I go grab blue and become blue jellyfish, and I come up through here and I become a fish. Son of a bitch! Blue fish door, down here, over this way, now I become a green fish. Then I come up here. Why did I need to be a green fish? I don't know, but it seemed important. Oh, I can come up this way, I become a jellyfish. Now I'm a green jellyfish, and I can come back to the green door, come over here, go through the green jellyfish door, and be blue. Now that I'm blue, I can become a fish, a starfish, a star. Now I'm a star, and I go up this way, and I go through the star door, and now I can be a jellyfish again. Now that I'm a blue jellyfish, I want to be a jellyfish up this way and become green. And now that I'm green, I can go back through the jellyfish door. Ooh, watch that. Let's go back down here and become a green. No! Son of a bitch! Okay. No, I'm still a jellyfish. We're good. I can come up through this jellyfish door, go to green, come back down, carefully go around the star. Down here, carefully become a green turtle. Back up through the green turtle door. I don't know why this was important. Be a fish! Down here, red, over, fish. Treasure!
I love you.
That was very good.
Incredible.
I love the last few seconds where it's like, I know exactly what I need to do. I know exactly.
Fish.
Treasure! And I love with like my my ultimate dream of being a mermaid. How do I become a fish is so appropriate.
Why did I become a green fish?
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. This seemed important at the time, but I have a lot to do. I just need to chill. Like, no fucking kidding, Megan. the amount of times I need to tell myself that. I just need to chill. Very good. Another puzzle. Next game.
All right, so here we are, the last game in the Nancy Drew franchise. We are here. Midnight Salem.
Okay, so this one, Deirdre calls us up to come clear her cousin's name in a fire. So, witches was our theme for this one. Kim pulling out the stops with an exact look. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Thank you. Megan, you look so cute here.
This was really ridiculous. This was another example of us doing some sort of prop that we literally never see outside of this picture. Because I took the little beautiful glass jar from my Devise dice, filled it with water and dish soap and food coloring to then take this picture, so I had like a little potion, and then never did anything with it. But I was like, I gotta do a witch. I know Kim's gonna do this excellent Sabrina look. And I'm like, I have one of my flower crowns has like sticks in it, so I'm just gonna do
the
like,
vibe here is very like Baba Yaga but hot.
Babe Yaga.
babe, it's Babe Yaga.
Excellent.
Okay,
Lots.
so I made this thing, and I was like, there are 90 million fucking characters that are too much for this slide.
Yup.
So I did my best.
It's great. You got everyone.
We've got a lot of people here that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about, I don't even know the order to go in. Megan,
We'll start
who
with
are we
Frank
talking about
and
first?
Joe, because they
All right,
are here.
Frank and Joe Hardy. They are not a suspect, but they are here helping us crack this case.
Mhm.
They're actually here trying to like pitch us to like join their like spy organization.
They want
essentially.
us to partner in a detective agency.
Yeah.
And Joe wants to hunt ghosts.
Yeah, Joe wants to hunt ghosts. Hardy Boys have never looked better.
It's true. It's a good look.
It's a good look.
We have Deirdre here in the middle. She's hired us in to clear the name of her cousin May.
Yeah, and like, man, Deirdre.
Just a lot of hot women in this game.
A lot of hot women in this game, and also just like a lot of very tropey things are happening with Deirdre in terms of like she is very like, you know, kind of bitchy but like secretly sweet to us, and like there are so many times in which we're just like
hanging out in her car and listening to music, or she's like, I'm really mad, so like tell me something about yourself so that I'm like distracted and I calm down. I'm like, this is a fanfic.
Yeah. It's 100% enemies
Or
to
like
lovers.
1,000% being like very like dismissive about like Ned and stuff like that, and I'm like, this is.
Are you sure you
like,
even want a boyfriend, Nancy?
Yeah, I'm like,
You sure?
I know what this is.
So we have Deirdre is trying to clear the name of her cousin May, who was accused of a fire when she was a child. Her sister Tegan runs the local museum, and it's set in Salem. So there's this whole accused witches organization that is trying to get like reparations for families that are descendants of women who were accused of being witches and killed unjustly. And it talks a lot about the history of that, of like the prejudices that went into accusing someone of being a witch, and how a lot of it was, religious hysteria and misunderstandings of just things, but also a lot of it was intentional in, I want something you have, or I don't like you, so I'm going to accuse you of being a witch so that you
So I can
are
like take
killed.
your house.
Or so I can like take your land, because then it would then be like given to other people. And so talking about like a lot of these things, these places don't belong to the people who like technically own them because they were stolen. And so she runs that. We find out later that one of her ancestors was one of the judges who condemned a lot of women. And so she feels a lot of guilt being that descendant. And so which is why she kind of heads up this organization. She was friends with these two women. We have
Olivia up top,
Olivia.
who runs sort of like witch tours and sort of like leans into the kind of like spooky witch aesthetic. And so she and Tegan like used to be friends and are now kind of like frequently at odds, because she feels like Olivia is kind of like sort of like leading into a sort of like
harmful trope
and like an inauthentic sort of version of witchcraft and things like that.
And then we have
Lauren, who is hot as hell. All the ladies here are hot
runs
as hell.
a like all natural apothecary bakery.
Runs like the most aesthetic shop I've ever seen.
I want to go there. I want to eat all the baked goods, drink all the tea. Hey, Virgil.
Yeah. Hi, honey.
What a good kitty.
What a good boy you are. You want to nuzzle the microphone? Yeah.
Then we have this current judge, Judge Danforth, who is looking over this arson case. So this house was burned down that belonged to this woman who died, and Lauren lived in the carriage house next door. This house is being fought over right now because the accused witches organization is trying to claim it as a historical landmark. Lauren is trying to say she is supposed to have ownership of it. It's a lot of like legal gray areas and mumbo jumbo that's very frustrating. And then May is being accused of this arson. She's not giving up an alibi, and it turns out it's because it has to do with Jason. Now Jason is Judge Danforth's son, and he's kind of a like, I'm a rich daddy's boy, but also I'm broke.
It also maybe has like a secret relationship with May.
They were best friends when they were kids, and they've kind of maintained that relationship. It was never very explicit that there was anything romantic going on there, but they definitely had, at the very least, were bros vibe.
Yeah.
And then we have our bad guy, Alicia.
Who's fucking our dad.
Which, at first, we were like, okay, go you. Like, you got your life figured out. But then she was like, wait a minute. And I was like, actually, no. I don't like the way you're speaking to me. You've got this, like, I'm a strong, independent, like, lawyer woman who, like, makes my own money and can do whatever I want, which I appreciate on a level, but you're also just kind of mean. And turns out she's a bad guy. Turns out she is she's poisoning Lauren's water supply to make people see ghosts, to drive Lauren out of the place so that she can get that land, and she's basically trying to move Salem away from more of the spooky stuff and kind of like economic development, but then also she'll own the land, so she'll make the money from the housing that goes up there. It's an awful, like, situation, honestly. It was a very intense ending. Okay, so, dumb shit, our job here. First time we're hired to be, like, a detective, like, for
An actual
real.
private detective.
We're not undercover. We're not, like, having a side job. We're not pulled here from vacation. Deirdre's like, come detective this out for me and clear my cousin's name.
Okay, so I was making this slide at 1:30 in the morning.
There's a lot.
There's a lot happening here. So first of all, a bisexual flag, because Nancy is bisexual in this game.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, the subtext is text.
Finally, the like the mysteries and the puzzling and the detective work. Like, I've felt a lot of representation in this game so far. This is finally full circle of, like, these games are for me.
Yeah,
This is my
Nancy.
life.
Nancy flirts with Deirdre way too much, and like Nancy is 100% bisexual, and good for her.
We have joked in the past. We had a clip earlier tonight about what was it? Nancy in the vents, Deirdre in our hearts, or something like that. Like, it was like Deirdre was like, oh, you shouldn't hire Nancy, or you should hire Nancy, but she's really incompetent and she'll fuck everything up. And it's just like, you love us though. And she was like doing investigative work for us on the phone in that game. And in this one, we started making jokes, and then lines would come up, and we'd be like, is this happening?
Is this happening?
Did they
I'm
just say
detecting
that?
a vibe.
They're sitting in a car together in the rain. It's dark now. They've been driving around for hours. This music is chill as fuck. And they're just talking about their lives together in a, like, very interesting way. And then Deirdre's like,
and also Nancy keeps being like very kind of like non-committal whenever Ned gets brought up, and is very,
and they
like,
have a weird conversation, like, on the phone. Like, Ned and Nancy are like, you know, like, at one point she's like, okay, well, I gotta go, like, meet the Hardy Boys. And he's like, oh, the Hardy Boys are there? And she's like, yeah. She goes, both of them? And she's like, yeah, I told you that I'm going to meet the Hardy Boys. Like, he's jealous of Frank, which was just, it was really uncomfortable and intense. A very weird vibe.
Yeah, and so it's just like, I don't know, just like, if you are a Nancy Drew fan, a lot of people have some very bad things to say about Midnight in Salem. Because it took like 5 years to come out. A lot of the devs from Her Interactive had already left at this point. They hired a new voice actress for Nancy. They built in a completely different game engine. We'll get to the game engine. And just like, it didn't seem like a classic Nancy Drew. And yet, despite all of that, I loved this game.
Yeah, I didn't think I would, and it ended up being perfect. I tried to play it when it first came out. I made it basically not far at all and gave up. I'm so glad I did, because I got to play it for the first time here with Kim, and it would not have had the impact it had now if I had played it way back then.
So the reason why I have the symbol for Bitcoin up here is is because at one point when we were talking to Judge Danforth,
we walk into his office.
We walk into him like this is his opening like line for us, and you know, usually it's just like, hey Nancy, what's up, or you know, like, I'm very busy, what do you got for me? Or he's just like, what is Bitcoin?
He's wistfully staring out the window, and she's like, hello, Judge Danforth. And he goes, what is Bitcoin?
Do you know what Bitcoin is?
And we were like, holy shit, are we drugged again? Is this another carbon monoxide poisoning? It turns out, yes, we did get drugged, but...
Yes. But yeah, and so
Wild.
that's why it's there, because then from then on, that man was always Judge Bitcoin.
Judge Bitcoin.
Judge Bitcoin. Let's see. We had to make a bunch of pancakes
For no reason.
This was like almost like the first puzzle in the game. This game did not have very many puzzles.
And at some point, we got like the idea that we were supposed to make witch pancakes for Olivia, and then we did, and it never got brought up. So we just carried pancakes in our pocket the whole game.
We carried pancakes in our pocket that we never actually had to use. So yeah, I was kind of yeah. I don't know the resolution of that, but making pancakes was fun. But then no one ate them.
Yeah.
So that was rude.
It was weird.
Let's see. When we were in Lauren's shop, we got to help her with her apothecary and like make some like remedies and things like that. And this was like very fun.
So much fun because we got to learn
fun.
about a bunch of different plants and like what they would have been used for and like as kind of herbal remedies, and it was very fun to make mixes like that.
Yeah. Let's see. Up here in the middle, we've got this ring. This was like this was the very last puzzle of the game, and like the only true kind of like puzzle that we encountered.
Not a lot of puzzles at all.
Not a lot of puzzles in this game. Where we had to click all of these. We had to click like pairs of these rings in a certain order that were tied to like different things. I included it because it was cool and I really liked it, and because like I was so relieved to finally see a puzzle.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bottom right. At one point, we are the Hardy Boys, and we ghost hunt as the Hardy Boys, and this is one of the like meters that we use in order to do that, and it was really fun. And then
very good representation, Kim.
Thank you. So we talked about the game engine. So the game engine for this, the way that you navigated was so strange. Where you would kind of like click a space in front of you and then you would sort of like zoom ahead, and it was very like Google Street View or a very virtual apartment tour.
Yep. It was so fucking frustrating.
And the way that you navigated, that was the true puzzle of the game, was trying to navigate the environment successfully. It was so difficult.
But yeah, so we got to the ending. Let's go through some clips here.
Okay, we have so many clips for this game.
Okay.
The Book of Apologies. It's locked.
She said it.
She did. They removed a lot of things from the original games in this game, but that was one that they at least had her say, so we appreciated that.
The Book of Apologies. It's
locked.
Okay, here we go. This is some real.
I'm sorry. What?
Jesus Christ, Deirdre. Hi. Fuck yes. Oh my god. I can't believe they gifted us with this fucking view.
Just boss me around, you mean lady.
She absolutely looks like she's about to step on us. Oh, okay. Yeah, they made Deirdre be literally right behind you the entire time.
Every time you would turn around, Deirdre would jump scare you.
Alright, I'm sorry.
Okay, this is Megan just being really cute.
All set. I'll use the antenna to search for suspicious cold spots while you move around
I
with
haven't
the
seen
token
that.
wavelength spectral
Yes!
analyzer 2.5 and look for disturbances from the other side.
The spectral analyzer?
Fuck yeah!
Anyway, are you sure it actually
Oh my
works?
god! Oh my
Of course.
god!
I built it myself. The device has a top-of-the-line scanner that can detect any disturbances. Might not have found anything yet, but...
You were so excited to ghost hunt with the Hardy Boys.
I don't remember that at all. I have not seen any of the clips from this game, so this is great. Yes, I was very excited.
Which then immediately leads into our next clip.
How are we doing on that front?
We were just joking when we were like, oh fuck it, let's go ghost hunting with the Hardy Boys. We get to go ghost hunting as the Hardy Boys. Holy
As
shit.
the Hardy Boys. Holy shit. We haven't played as the Hardy Boys since Kapu Cave.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, because they've appeared in other games, but I don't think we've ever actually we got to play with them as in Kapu Cave, which was, okay, Megan and Kim, which Hardy Boy are each of you?
Oh, I feel like, you know
feel
how
like
they do you know how they did the whole like there are two wolves inside of you? There are two Hardy Boys.
There are two Hardys inside of you.
There's not two Hardy Boys inside of you. Oops. I heard it as I was saying it.
And you stopped and I kept going.
Yep, I was like, oh no, you know what I mean. Oh no, I've said this.
I know what you mean.
I've said we were. Okay.
Here's a very shippy moment with Deirdre.
It's an active criminal investigation, but from what I've heard, The rest
But,
will
yes.
happen later today. So please, can you both
Cool.
leave us?
Come on, Deirdre. I have the drive.
Okay, the music got
Okay,
serious.
Distract me, Drew, so I don't go back in there and smash things.
I'll distract you.
With what?
Tell me some inane detail from your life so I feel better. When will
This is
you
a
come
fan
off that?
fiction.
Well, I'm bisexual. I need that last section as just
just that's my ringtone for you now. Well, I'm bisexual.
well, I'm bisexual. Tell me some innate detail about your life. Well,
And here
our
we go.
checklist is oh boy.
Okay, so this is at the very end of the game. We had a checklist on our phone. We were at the very last scene, and we checked our phone for the checklist, and it was say goodbye, and that meant a lot to us because this was the last Nancy Drew game. This was, yeah, it was
Yep.
a lot.
Say goodbye.
Oh,
no. Oh my god, that really got me. I didn't expect that.
Oh. Megan, I love you.
I love you too. Shit.
We've been doing this for so long.
This music is so good for being sad about Nancy being over. It's definitely the ending of the movie scene. Oh.
Oh.
Yep, that was very unexpected and a lot. Okay, just
Okay,
kidding, not the
so-
last game.
Just kidding. So yeah, so that was the last in the Nancy Drew, like, that style of game. There were also 2 other games that Her Interactive made.
Oh, thanks
called
for the
Nancy Drew.
bits, Josh.
Thank you, Josh. Called Nancy Drew Dossier games. We're just going to very quickly.
We're gonna power through these.
We're gonna power through these because we know it's going late. But to be honest, there is not very much to talk about with these games. But
No.
in the interest of being thorough, we needed to do them. So Lights, Camera, Curses. All the Nancy Drew Dossier games are kind of like more like hidden object type games where you're sort of like clicking on things and like sort of like combining items and like solving very simple
They're
puzzles. Yeah, they're neat. We usually plugged them in whenever we were feeling very stressed. And then that was like jokes on us because then like these games usually ended up taking like as long as like a normal game would take.
Yeah.
But we had to do them in the interest of thoroughness. So first up was Lights, Camera, Curses. Let's take a look at I like our theme for this one.
Oh.
Was like old Hollywood. And so I signed on and I had already changed to black and white, and Megan was like, that's such a good idea. And then we were like, you know what would be really funny is if we started the stream and in the intro, you and I were talking, but the sound was all muted, and then we had to, and then we started just like holding up cue cards like silent film. And it didn't go over as hilariously as we thought it would because you all just thought that we were having technical difficulties and like not doing a bit.
So weird. Why would you think that?
So that's so strange. But I still really like the idea behind that bit.
Yeah, your costume is so good.
Thank you.
You look so wonderful. This was really cool. I liked the black and white between the two of us too. Like just like the white of your hair and then like the black of mine. That was absolutely very see-through lingerie that I've never wore before. So I got to break it in for Mystery Detectives.
Oh, nice. Have you worn it since?
I have not. This is the only time it's really seen the light of day.
All right, so the mystery here, we were undercover on like a film set. Trying to like there were like a bunch of accidents happening, right?
Yes, it was like, oh, this production of this film is cursed.
Yeah, and so we had a variety of people here. I forget the woman on the left. Was she like?
I want to say like props manager or something.
Yeah,
I
something
don't
like
know.
that. She was something on like the tech side.
Yeah.
And then we had our director who was like very Crocodile Hunter.
Yeah. And then I want to say this guy was like bankrolling it.
Yeah, he was like the producer or something.
Yeah. And our bad guy was our lead actress.
Star. It was very it was very Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon, in which like she was like essentially just like in it for like the fame.
Yeah.
And was trying to, you know, sort of like, because it was all about this like it was like a remake of a movie where like the lead actress had died, and then had also there was
on
like
set.
Yeah, and she was wearing this very real, like very expensive jewel, and she like, and like the jewel went missing. And so they were doing like a remake of this movie, and this actress was trying to find like the real jewel, and then also trying to spin it of like, you know, like, oh, and I'll only get more publicity if I say that you died in a tragic accident and I tried to save you. Again with this.
So we had to put her in her place.
Yeah.
Okay, so dumb shit. This job, we were an undercover production assistant. So nobody was supposed to know we were actually there. It was I Spy. It was a lot of
like I Spy, a lot of like clicking on things. There were like, you got, there were chapters and you got points at the end of all these chapters based on like how quickly or how successfully you did puzzles. And including like down to like having like bonus rounds, which we see here in the top left. And so yeah, it was very strange, very unlike any other Nancy Drew game that we've played. And actually, like if you got to a certain threshold of points, you unlocked like a secret like extra scene in the game. I don't think we got that far.
I think we didn't quite make it that far.
Yeah, we didn't quite make it that far. You had to be like very on your shit to get that. So let's see. So like a lot of this, very similar to kind of to Tomb of the Lost Queen, deciphering hieroglyphs, but it was just ciphers, which was very convenient for us. The aesthetic was very like old Hollywood. I liked the environments in a lot of these games.
They were complicated though.
Yeah, they were complicated, and sometimes it was hard to tell exactly what you were supposed to click on. I liked the top left puzzle. I liked a lot, which was where like the top right puzzle, which is where like all of the actors had like left behind all of their costumes, and you had to look at the mannequins on the far side, and then like pick up all of the costume items and put them in like the correct bins. I enjoyed that puzzle.
Yeah.
This was also so looking at the bottom right here, this little dialogue thing. I thought that this game was very interesting because it was like the first time where because all of your conversations were being awarded points, and so like there were frequently times in which like you would be asked kind of like a leading question of like, don't you remember what I told you about blank? And you would have to like produce the correct answer, and that would give you points. And if you didn't, then it would be like wrong. I like that like having like scored dialogue trees was interesting in this game.
Yeah, so it was really interesting. These were fully fleshed out stories. There was a lot of information to get. It was a very different format than we were used to, but they were still very like complicated.
Yeah, they were fun.
Took time, yeah.
So this is just us joking about our kind of failed bit. We have just random technical difficulties.
It's hilarious because usually I just don't know how to work computers, but this time it was on purpose. And I did it incorrectly on purpose. Correctly. So. I jumped on the call and Kim was in black and white, and I was like, oh, this is beautiful. And so we were like, well, now we have to now we have to do a whole silent film, like act out the beginning.
Because we did like we were just having a conversation together, and nobody could hear us.
And just chat was all like, "You're muted."
Yeah, you're muted. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. And so then we did like oh, they can hear us. And we're like, I have an idea. And then it was like, oh, write on our cards. And then we held up and it was like, welcome to Mystery Detectives. And then Kim had something on hers, and it was like we were talking back and forth to each other. It was cute. We did good.
We thought it was cute. We thought it was great.
Yeah. Next game.
Resorting to dangers. This was actually the first one.
Last game.
Actually, last game. This was the first Nancy Drew Dossier that we played, even though chronologically it's the second. We played this Gen Con weekend.
Yep.
For online Gen Con, and so look at us in our face masks and our robes.
It was, hey, we deserve a spa day. We're going to undercover at a spa resort. let's do this. So yeah, we got hired to go undercover as an employee at a spa to find out why accidents have been happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and this was
I love it.
Jax joining in with our costumes here.
Iconic.
So good. But wait, those are huge cucumbers.
Yeah.
Those are gigantic cucumber slices.
Okay, so what I want to say, this game is fascinating to me in that, like, we've got this guy over here as the bad guy. That's because we chose that he was the bad guy. This is a game where at a certain point in the game, you, the player, pick the culprit. So this is the only game that has, like, multiple endings and that you can kind of decide who is guilty and then that becomes true. So he was the bad guy in our version.
Yeah, and he was like the front desk guy or something. This guy was a lawyer. This guy's like a scientist that was like coming up with like beauty products. This was like a rich lady who like basically lived at the spa. This was the janitor lady, and this lady was Phineas is about to knock over a tower of cardboard boxes.
She was an actress, wasn't she?
Something, yeah, like she was in tabloids or something, and she was coming here as like a retreat.
She was the older sister of the other actress from Lights, Camera, Curses.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so dumb shit. Undercover spy employee / rat catcher. Very similar.
The rat thing was so funny to me.
Oh, it was so frustrating. So yeah, basically at one point we're in this boiler room and there are just rats running all over the place. And I kept clicking on them to catch them. But I didn't realize I was supposed to click on them and drag them to their little rat house.
So we had this whole timed mini game and we failed it, got 0 points because we didn't know all the steps.
Yeah. But we got cool like puzzles. Like I really, really enjoy these kind of puzzles. This is very like our cookie puzzle in Silent Spy.
This is very cookie puzzle.
We had a really cool map of a gardens that had a bunch of statues that we had to go and figure out like, ooh, which statue is supposed to have this item. Just really, really pretty like I Spy layouts. And then this like weird word
kind
puzzle.
Kind of like match 3 game.
Kind of, yes.
What I remember about this is that because we were playing this during Gen Con Online weekend and we were so exhausted and we're like, let's just do an easy game. And then at some point your computer completely shut off and we didn't save, and so we had to play through like the first hour and a half of the game over again.
Yep.
That's my core memory from this game.
I'd forgot. I'd blocked that one out, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, but these were really fun. So that's it. Here we have a couple of photos that mean a lot to us.
So I'll go first. So I've said before that that Nancy Drew was a huge part of my childhood. That is me with my twin sister Courtney, who is sometimes in chat. And she and I grew up playing these games. We loved these games. We loved these games so much that this photo was actually taken the night before my sister's wedding day. And I was hanging out with her in her soon-to-be honeymoon suite, and we were hanging out that evening. And I asked Courtney what she wanted to do on her very last night before she became a married lady, and she wanted to play Nancy Drew games. And so we stayed up and we played Nancy Drew in the Captive Curse, and that's what we did.
Yeah, and mine is from my birthday, which I imagine I must have been like, I don't know, 11 or so. But I got Ghost Dogs in Moon Lake, Secret of the Scarlet Hand, and the final scene for my birthday. And so that is young Megan.
I love your excited face.
It's like, oh my god, I can't believe I got these for my birthday. Oh my god.
It's so cute.
So yeah, these games have meant a lot to us for a very long time, since we were little girls, and you know, we've gotten kind of like teary-eyed about this before, but we were also trying to be like, you know, we're gonna do the recap, and we got to do that for 3 weeks. So yeah, I mean, I think everything we have to say has been said, but again, just thank you so much for being here. We were building this recap, and at one point we were like, this is for us. Like,
yeah.
We don't, if anybody else doesn't like it, like, oh well. we gotta keep everyone happy, and by everyone we mean us. So
You mean us.
Yeah. We love everything that's come from this. I mean, never thought that we would have merch with our little detective faces on it, just from playing these wonderful games. And yeah, this is kind of sad that this is done, that the Nancy Drew games are done. Hopefully they come out with more, and we will absolutely play them if they do.
Yes.
But for what we know to be for sure, yeah, that's it. And I'm glad you guys got to sit through this recap with us and go through this experience. This has been so great. There's so many things that I forgot about early games, and like seeing the clip of us from like the very first game, and seeing just kind of like us in our rooms and like our striped shirts and glasses, and
how much it's grown since then.
So much. We've been doing this for so long, like almost 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And it really does mean so much. To me, to be able to be here with you, Kim, and we, starting this is something that you and I got to do together, and that we've consistently done and put the same amount of love and effort into, like, from the beginning, and just always being on the same page. And I'm so thankful.
Thank you, Megan. I love doing these with you, and I love that this is just like our little corner of the crit show, that we just get to hang out and play games and share it with all of you in chat. Yeah, this is so good. But we are getting very, very sappy for a block of programming that is not done.
Oh no, Mystery Detectives is not done. Nancy Drew has been a great way to start this and go through all of these again and share something that means a lot to us. But now we are very, very much looking forward to discovering new games and getting to bring that same vibe and energy and love of mysteries and puzzles.
And just like games. Positivity and relaxation, and just, we're just here to just have like a cozy good time. So let's go to the next slide.
So our future of Mystery Detectives. I don't have another slide. Hold on.
No, I have one.
Okay, hold on. It's not going though. I might have to. Okay, give me a second. Just kidding. Bye. No, I'm joking. Give me 1 second.
I absolutely, because she texted me halfway through this game and was like, "Can you do a little?" Yeah.
Okay, there we go. For some reason, I think it's because I already had the slideshow running. It didn't want to add something that I didn't know wasn't there. So, coming up on Mystery Detectives, we have a new series that we're going to be going through.
We're going to be doing Miss Clue, which for those of you who maybe know about the sort of like drama behind Her Interactive, a lot of game developers from Her Interactive left and started their own studio, and have made a variety of series of detective series called Miss Clue, and so we have six games in this series. I have no idea why one is called Jane Austen Mysteries, but I'm very excited to find out. My favorite things. Okay, so we've got Formula for Danger, Secret of the Haunted Garden, Peril in Pemberley, Cruise Most Deadly, Trials of Salem. So let's talk about this one.
Salem.
So back to Salem. This game came out before Her Interactive's Midnight in Salem did. And do you want to guess who voices the main character in Trials of Salem? Because it's the original voice actress for Nancy Drew.
I am so excited for this.
And then Christmas at Donner Pass, which just came out like last month, and so Megan and I are super excited to explore these games, and it's super cool that when I was putting together this slide, we knew about the first 5, and then just like in like the last 2 weeks, like another game came out. And so it's very cool that they that these game devs are still working and still putting out games, and Megan and I can't wait to play them and share them with you.
And because they're still coming out, this is definitely going to be something like we're going to do these, going to focus on what's out, and then we've got some other ideas of some other games that we can play, but we'll be jumping in with any new games that come out. So yeah, I can't wait, Kim. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. So Megan and I also have other games that we are entertaining playing, and we're maintaining a list. But getting through these first 6 games of the Miss Clue series will be occupying the sort of immediate future of Mystery Detectives, and we're so excited for it. God, we need to look up a synopsis and come up with a costume theme, Megan.
Oh my gosh, we do. Oh boy. Stay tuned. Look forward to this.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, so thank you everyone for hanging out with us for part 3 of our Nancy Drew recap. All of our recaps are going to be on YouTube. Part 1 is there. Part 1 is already there. Part 2 will be there probably like tomorrow morning, and then part 3 will follow shortly after. So that we can have our love of this series live somewhere permanently. I just thank you, everybody. This has been so special.
Thank you for being here with us, but like enjoying this space with us. It's been amazing, and I'm so excited to see where we go from here.
I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to start some brand new games, and just I can't wait. So I'm gonna very quickly talk about things that are coming up.
So, what's coming up here?
Monday the 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern, please join us for episode 6 of the Omniverse Chronicles Ghostbusters International with guest GM Forrest Leader and guest player Beth Crane from We Fix Space Junk. Wednesday, March 2nd, already March, goodness, at 7 p.m. Eastern, Tass is going to be playing Dead by Daylight. He is so good at that game, except for when his controller short circuits and then he just does a little spin.
He just runs in circles.
And instantly dies. So funny. And then Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern will be Mystery Detectives, where we will be starting Miss Clue Formula for Danger. And I'm so excited.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good.
Oh, thank you for the bits.
Thank you, Keeper Dace. Thank you, all of you. Whether you have been here with Mystery Detectives since the very beginning, or whether you are a recent arrival to the stream, it was really fun watching in chat when people are like, "Oh, this is the first game that I came in for." Or, like,
absolutely.
I remember when we did this one. It's so cool to track when people got like into the series. Just thank you for hanging out with all of us. This, like, my Thursday evenings are like sacred to me. Like, just like, I love getting to spend them with you, Megan, of course, and with all of you in chat. This is just so wonderful.
So yeah, I mean, thank you to Nancy, to everybody who made those games and made this beginning possible, and we're so excited for where we're going from here with all of our wonderful Snoot buds.
I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging out.
Have a good weekend. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.